on the action this season with Underdog Fantasy's Pick'em game. Select higher or lower between 2 and 8 players and compete for up to 325 times your entry. Use code DIRECTOR when signing up to receive up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a free pick. Action.
Who's got it better than us?
Go to Bulb Fam. It's the director. Are we really already at the season finale of Sim Sundays? Feels like just yesterday we fired the first game up and all the settings were wrong. We had to reboot twice, and here we are now, just days away from the Chargers Hall of Fame game. Oh, it's going to be a good time. And on a day that we should all be celebrating as well, man. What happened today, Ball Fam? Can I hear you in the back? The Chargers have indeed just paid Rashad Slater, the highest paid tackle in the league. It's awesome, man. Finally, we're going to start to see the configuration of that offensive line the way it was meant to be. You know, I'm sure you're going to see a lot more Rashad Slater out there. You're going to see what the center position's looking like, et cetera, et cetera. It's going to be a good time. We got to jump right into this episode, man. The director's got a date tonight. Let's go with Mrs. Director. And we got to wrap up the show at a reasonable time today. So let's go ahead and start off with this first game. Chargers, what is it? Cowboys, Texans, and Broncos today to wrap up the series. We're going to go ahead and fire up a really quick poll to see which one of these games are going to get simmed, right? So the game is going to be completely fast simmed. You're not going to see much of the gameplay. But we will be going through the other two games. So let's see. We got the Cowboys, Texans, and one more, the Broncos. So which one do you guys want to see fast simmed in today's episode? We'll launch this sucker right here while we're getting the poll nice and ready. Meanwhile, everybody in the chat, good to see you. We got Red. I'm going to read the whole thing out. 032003. Back in the chat with us. We got Kay Han. We got Jacob Hefner. What's going on, man? Is that Jake? You Hefner? We got One Pappy. We got Tim Rabby. We got Charger Kansas. Good to see you. Carlos Charger. Welcome, welcome. As we're getting things ready to go here, man. Chargers, Cowboys. You guys want to sim the Cowboys game? Interesting. 93%. Are we going to be simming the first game of the episode? I'm going to give it like another 10 seconds while we're wrapping up all of this pre-game stuff. But that's interesting. Very interesting. Let's go ahead and end the poll right there. 17 votes, 82% Cowboys. So we're going to fast sim our first game. And then we are going to go through the rest of the other two games at a normal pace and see about the Chargers. At this point, I think we are 9-5, which is definitely not too bad. We still have a shot at a 12-win season. Can the Chargers make it happen? First off, got to take care of business versus the Cowboys. And this would be a good game, by the way. It's going to be a good game. Let's see if the Chargers can outpace the Cowboys in our first fast sim. Cowboys off to an early lead. Chargers, they're going to tie things up. They're going to take the lead 14-7, 14-10. Going into the fourth quarter now, 17-13, nice and tight. Oh, the Cowboys take a late lead. The Chargers are going to tie things up. We're in overtime. And the Bolts are going to take the dub at the last second, 23-20. My, oh my, that was a tight game there, man. That felt like a good Chargers game. And the Bolts will advance to 10-5 with 2 games remaining in the episode. That's a way to kick things off, man. Let's take a look at some of the stats here real quick. See how the Bolts and even the Cowboys did on this one. Dak had a good day. You got Justin Herbert with 188. So I'm going to say that we maybe ran the football a little bit too. There it is. Amari and Hampton with a touchdown. They got Javonte Williams there now in Dallas. Very interesting. A little Najee Harris action out there as well. Then finally, the receivers. Jalen Tolbert, did he lead all receivers? Wow, 114. They also got George Pickens out there. He's going to be a threat this season. You got Ladd with 63, QJ with 48, Harris with 33. It's nice even numbers across the board. What about Conklin with 21 and a touchdown? All right, not too shabby. Lastly, let's take a look at the defense here. The Chargers logging how many sacks? Just the one. A combined sack of Steele and Mack. Any interceptions? One by Derwin James. Very, very nice. I would say it's tough to give a game ball on this one, man. It feels like the defense held in there. Maybe Derwin James getting the game ball for that one. Let's go ahead and finish this game and move into our first slow sim game of the episode. It's going to be Chargers-Texans. The highly coveted rematch. And is this one at Texans or this one at home, right? This one is at, it says TBD, but at home we'll say. And then the Texans, Houston, where are you? This will be a nice rematch of the playoff game that the Chargers would love to get back from their most recent stint. We'll change that to Pittsburgh and get going here. Yeah, I think we're going to stick with the powder blues on this one. Let's go, baby. Chargers, Texans, now at 10-5. Hey, 12-win season. Still alive. Can they win? Could they end with 12 wins, 11 wins? Already double-digit wins feels pretty good to me. We're going to get into our first regular sim now. And this one should be pretty fun, man. The Chargers have a lot to prove versus the Texans. Should be interesting. Let's catch up with some of the chat in here, man. We got Red coming in with a 47 months. That blows my mind, man. One of those guys, OG, 47 months hanging with the director. Let's go. 4 days away from some Chargers football. Just mere days. I'm actually starting to count the hours between us and the Lions. Coming up at the end of the month, the 31st, baby. Should be pretty cool. I love that they got Greg Olsen in this one. Madden 26 is already almost here, dude. That's insane to me. This year kind of flew by. The whole Madden. I didn't play much of Madden 25, unfortunately. I got really, really into Marvel Rivals and Helldivers. That was kind of my games of the season. You guys got any favorite games from this past year? Let me know. Reminder to all Chargers fans to stay hydrated. The friendly reminder from your friendly neighborhood Denzel Perryman. Stay hydrated out there, folks. All right, we're going to put this one to slow and get started with our first regular sim. Here come the Bolts. Revenge game versus the Houston Texans. See if the Chargers can get after CJ Stroud in this one. Yep, 10-5. 10-5 is going to be our record right now. Steve Simmons, good to see you, man. And we're moving into it. Yes, good to see everybody in here, man. Already close to 100 folks. Thank you, guys. Yes, director, apparently the new Slater contract created $15 million. Yes, that is true. If you go on over the cap, the Chargers, the way the money's going to be spread out, has created some space for the Chargers to work with this season if they do so choose. I think that letting some cap roll over is not a bad idea. Some of these big contracts are going to get paid out over the next few years. Justin Herbert, of course, Rashawn Slater coming up. Never a bad idea to do that. But I will say the Chargers do have some pretty impressive spending power all of a sudden. I think nearing $30 million in available cap space if they do so choose to sign somebody before or in the season. But I would say my money's on them letting that roll over into 26 to help pay for some of the bigger contracts, which is even more insane because the Chargers have some serious money to spend in 26 as it stands. I'm actually going to go check that out real quick as we're getting the game going. Here comes CJ Stroud. Texans on offense to start this game. Nicely defended by Dan Henley. Still a gain of 5. And the Chargers hoping to make a play on defense to start things off. All right, let's see. 26. That's kind of crazy. The Chargers team cap space next season will be $107 million. That's absolutely disgusting. Yeah, we have $27 million in cap right now. Over $100 million next season. Maybe next season we do see some big spending. And if you want a quick little jot at that, here's the Chargers OTC for next season. This is the team cap space in 2026. As of right now, we're at 27. Next season, we have a whole lot of money. Whole lot of money to be playing with next season. Keep that in mind. We're going to have a fun offseason next year, maybe. Here come the Chargers. Ooh, overthrown. Derwin James in the area. Luckily for C.J. Stroud, Derwin was overthrown. The defensive back was overthrown. It's a 4th and 5, and the Chargers defense get off the field early. Let's go. Nice start for the Chargers D. And the Bolts offense will take the field. It'll be the Chargers. And Omarion Hampton, who's been having himself a nice rookie season. I really wish that we could just fire up a franchise and get the correct schedule in there so we could properly track all of our stats. I would have to say Omarion is nearing 1,000 rushing yards this season. Maybe even surpass. You never know. Yeah, man. Update to Slater's contract, maybe on that. It was something posted on OTC like very, very recently. Let me see if they actually put in the new contract, because it would show in 26, right? But yeah, that's from what I'm seeing on Twitter. It's graded 50. It's just because the money that's owed to him this season is now spread out through the course of the remaining years, and that just so happens to free up money this year. But probably not a bad idea to let a lot of that roll over. Seeing as the roster doesn't look too bad all of a sudden. Here comes the first penalty. Holding on the offense. Chargers are going to have to take that one back. What's our record on Madden Sim? We are 10-5 with 2 games to go. And the Chargers end the season 12-0. That'd be amazing. But double-digit wins all of a sudden looks pretty good. Pretty good. The 31st is a real game. So it is the Hall of Fame game every single season. We kind of kick off the year in the preseason with a Hall of Fame game. 2 random teams are selected to represent that. Here goes Omarion Hampton with a big carry. Nice play, 10 yards. And Omarion is going to bring us up to a 2nd and 9 after the penalty. Nice play for the Chargers. Nice play. And just so happens this year the Chargers are playing in the Hall of Fame game. The real games that count towards our record don't start until early September, but who doesn't love a little preseason to start off the year? I sure do. Get to know the rookies, all that sort of thing. I cannot believe that Conklin just caught that football. Can we see a replay of that? If not, please replay it in your mind. There was triple coverage all over Conklin. Herbert had to squeeze that behind the receiver between 2 DBs, and it converts for a first down. Insane play by the Conk. Insane. Another carry. Ooh, it's going to be Omarion Hampton tries to hit the edge. It's going to be wrapped up after a 3-yard gain. We got a $2 holla coming in from Pegasus. It's me again. Yellow jerseys are still spreading the good word, going door to door, handing out pamphlets of the yellow jerseys and the disappointment there. We'll be all right. I think we'll stomach the one game. Yes, Pegasus, the one game versus the Colts. Was that week 7? I think we'll be okay. Justin Herbert airing it out all the way in the end zone. It's caught. It's Conklin or McConkey. And Lad McConkey's going to take that in for a Chargers touchdown. Lad McConkey. Oh, Justin Herbert. What a huge H-bomb that was, baby. Huge play by Justin Herbert. Nice catch and run into the end zone. That's a lightning Lad touchdown. Oh, let's go. 15's in the chat. You love to see it. Chargers might be on their way to a 12-0 season. That would be absolutely insane. Thank you so much again, Pegasus, for the $2 holla. We'll find a way to love the Yellows week 7 for sure. I wonder if we're going to get a different stigma around the Yellows, that they don't look great, but maybe we win in them. And I think they did it on purpose, by the way. I think the Chargers, they said, hey, the navies that we had with the outline, we lost every single game in those, and now there's a stigma behind them. What if we choose our opponents wisely for the yellow jerseys, and there's an air of winning around them? You know what I mean? Like, now you see a yellow jersey, and you think of us taking down opponents consecutively every year. That's pretty smart. If they want the yellow jerseys to stick around, they put our opponents, maybe someone that we're a little bit more favored every year. And this year versus the Colts, I think that's one of the games in our schedule that's maybe a bit lighter. Maybe our lightest home game would be versus the Colts this year. I'll be at the game the following week with the Navies. Ooh, I'm so excited that they're doing the Navies that week, dude. So excited that they're doing the Navies that week. versus the Minnesota Vikings. So excited. So excited. Watching football, yes. 85-inch, not too shabby, not too shabby. That's a way to watch football. Aren't too bad. There's going to be a group on one side and a group on the other side, and then kind of a group of us in the middle. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, as long as we got the Navies, I don't really care. And we got more games with the Navies, so I guess that's fine. Here comes the first catch and run for, is that Collins, Nico? Can't quite see the number there. Number 9. Who's number 9? Is that their tight end? That'll be a first down. Texans, let's see, Texans roster. Make sure we're getting this right. Here comes a carry for Joe Mixon. Mixon weaving for a 5-yard gain. Let's see, let's get the players. Number 9 is Brevin Jordan, the tight end. The tight end, Brevin Jordan. Right? Yeah, he's a big dude. I was like, he didn't look like Nico. He looked like a jacked Nico. 2nd and 5. Do they run it again? Yes, they do. It's going to be, a nice hole hit by Joe Mixon. And a first down, Texans at the 43-yard line. 43-yard line. Nice, nice. I'm definitely going to add a yellow jersey to my roster of jerseys. Got to have at least one, right? I have like 3 of the other navies, the outline navies. I actually really liked the design. I hate that the Chargers couldn't win in them because now nobody likes them. I still think the design's pretty cool. Here comes the underneath pass to the flat. It's nicely defended by Jackson, and C.J. Stroud puts together another 6 yards. Now at the 36-yard line of the Chargers. Drew Marchant with the 47. Oh, yo-ho, director. Yo-ho-ho. And the Bull fam. Chargers football on the horizon, baby. Are we doing another underdog fantasy draft again? Yes, we're getting into that. The August season, as we get closer to preseason and all that, that's where all the fantasy stuff is going to happen. Everything's, the drafts and all that. We're probably, I'm going to say 2 weeks away from some of our first drafts for the season-long stuff, which is going to be awesome. We had 11 leagues last year. Oh, I loved them, dude. The ones that you set and forget. You do the one draft and you're done with it. Man, those were really, really fun. So look for more notifications, especially members. You guys get first shot at those leagues. And then we'll fill those up and we'll have a good time this season. 2nd and 6 for the Texans now at the 24-yard line. Nearing the red zone. Got to watch out. Chargers want to hold on to that lead. Let's see if they can bend but not break here. Am I live? Yeah, I will be live streaming for the preseason games. Of course. I'll be here for the Hall of Fame game, for all the preseason games. The only game that you're not going to see me stream this season is going to be the one I'm attending in person, the Vikings, Week 8. I will be gone for that game, but every other game in the season I will be here live streaming with the Bolt fam and getting those live reactions, man. It's been a good time. Doing any money leagues? Of course. Yeah, I think they ranged from like $5 to $20 last season for those season-long leagues and underdog. It was a good time. Try to make it nice and accessible. Speaking of accessible, here comes. That's going to be Nico, right? First down. Oh, Kirk. They got Christian Kirk out there now. What's Nico's number? It's 12. That's right. It's 12. The 13 is for now Christian Kirk. And then what's Tank Dell? Was he like 1 or something? He was 3. Over the middle looking for Christian Kirk. Again, it's going to be incomplete with 1 second left in the first quarter. 2nd and 10 at the 14-yard line. Let's bend, but not break. Heck yeah, man. Can I play with you guys? And on the Sims, on the street? Oh, you're talking about the fantasy. Well, make sure that we're of the appropriate age. I don't know. I don't remember what the age is for underdog. Typically, it's 21 that you want to be in order to participate in fantasy football. But we'll keep tabs on it so everybody can enjoy competition as the season goes on. Hoping I pay attention this year. I turned off notifications on my phone for a while. I was overwhelmed. Definitely want to be part of the drafts. Yes, the drafts are a lot of fun. Drafts are a lot of fun. 18 for underdog. That should be something I know. But it's definitely a good time. I have a good time with underdog. I was very surprised when they contacted me to be partners, and it's been pretty good. It's been pretty great. It's kind of like I had another sponsor. Ultimately it didn't work out because I was like, I don't know. It's not really part of my target audience and this and that. But I had a mobile game that I used to play a lot, and they hit me up for a partnership, and I was like, oh, that's really fun, but that's not really football. Here comes C.J. Stroud over the middle. It's 4th and inches. Nicely defended. That's Derwin James on Nico Collins. What do the Texans do here? Do they go for it on 4th and inches? Chargers with an opportunity to get a complete stop here, or do they take the 3? Still a lot of time in the second quarter. They're going to go for it. Chargers got to watch out for that run up the middle. I don't quite like what I'm seeing at a defensive line. Got to pinch it up a little bit. It's going to be a run. No, it's a play action. There it goes. Oh, yes! C.J. Stroud is sacked. Bud Dupree takes that would-be point scored and says, no, sir. It's a sack on Bud Dupree. C.J. Stroud. Let's go. 48's in the chat. Bud Dupree, he's going to get in there. And the Chargers will maintain a full 7-point lead with plenty of time now in the first half to try and march down and get a 2-possession lead. Let's go. Do I have an underdog link? Yes, it's going to be in the description of every video. You can, if you guys want to participate, that is the way to support my platform while also enjoying some daily fantasy action this season. And we're going to get into the ins and outs of it as we get closer to the season, man. It's a lot of fun. Here comes the first play. Justin Herbert, 6-yard out to Conklin. It'll be a 2nd and 4 at the 14. Long field, but Herbert has the weapons now. Let's see if we can get the run game going once again, too. Amarian had a couple of nice carries in the last drive. What's the record, Mr. Last? We are at 10 and 5 with a chance to go 12 and 5 this season. Here's Amarian. Ooh, nicely wrapped up this time. Had a nice carry in the last drive, but To'o gets in there for the loss. It's a 3rd and 5. You able to put me on the crew? Oh, I haven't had a chance to look yet, my friend, but we'll take a look at it. We got to update the crew and all the names on the credits and all that kind of stuff. We'll get into it. Here comes Justin Herbert. Fires, and it's incomplete. Unfortunately, the stop by the defense is going to come up empty. And it's 6 minutes left in the first half with a punt upcoming for the Chargers from their own 14. Own 14. Bud's real name is Alvin. What? Alvin Dupree? I'll take it. Here comes the return by the Texans. They're going to get it at midfield. Nice starting field position. But what are we seeing here? Did we get a roughing the kicker? Wait a second. Did we get a roughing the kicker? Oh! We're going to keep possession. What a huge mistake by the Texans, and the Chargers are going to stay alive. First down, Bolts. What a shot in the foot that was, unless this is taken later. Do they maintain possession? I'm confused. Let's wait and see. I thought that's what it said, roughing the kicker. That's what I thought it said. And it was. Okay. I was like, why is the offense for the Texans still out there? Here come the Chargers, still alive now. It's going to be a draw for Amari, and Hampton, nice moves. Picks up 6 yards, and we're still alive now with 5:55 in the first half. Vlad Slater got signed. Yes, it's a great day. Guys, great day for the Chargers, dude. It's good to have some of the best tackles in the league that are protecting Herbert for several years now. Here comes another catch for Conklin. It'll be 3rd and 1. So can I see some 70s in the chat? Some 70s in the chat for our guy, Rashawn Slater. Congratulations on the contract. Actually, I need to go see the length on that real quick. I know there was more details that were posted. 4 years. So 4 years. And a lot of that is going to be the rookie seasons of Joe Alt still. That's absolutely incredible, is the Chargers being able to pull off that move. Eventually, we're going to have two of the highest paid tackles in all of football, but congratulations to Rashawn Slater for being the first there, man. That's absolutely amazing. Your mom would like to say something? Yeah, absolutely, my man. Absolutely. My hot take for this year, our offense is going to be similar to the Lions with a two-headed running attack of Hampton and Harris. Yep. Not as explosive as their wide receivers, though, but you never know. You never know. You never know. Speaking of, maybe the running backs should be receivers, too, because here comes Amari Hampton with a 9-yard reception. There'll be a 2nd and 1 from midfield. Yes, sirs, the 70s are rolling in. Congrats to the Rashawn Slater extension. That's exactly what you want to see. Here comes the next play. It's a carry. It's Hampton. Look at that huge hole. And Hampton's going to pick up, around 10 yards? First down, Chargers at the 38-yard line. Let's go. You know anything about, is it Jack Jackson, the new addition? Yeah, I saw that. He was formerly a Patriot, right? They're probably trying to fill some bodies in there. I heard there was some guys missing practice with just, minor injuries and stuff like that. So you might get some guys rolling in and out as practice squad dudes and picking up a few paychecks here and there in training camp. And that's kind of what I think of Jack Jackson. Is it JK or Jack Jackson? But ultimately, the Chargers wide receiver room is not looking as bad as it could. I do wish that we got another veteran option in there, but as it looks right now, like we got some really nice moves coming in from, of course, what we're seeing here in Ladd McConkey. Trey Harris has looked awesome in training camp. Quentin Johnson's really been stepping up. KLS has been looking like a highlight reel. I don't know, man. It feels like we got a much better room than last year. And we only have a couple of new pieces in these rookies that we drafted. And so far, Joe Ortiz has been insanely successful in his drafts. Hopefully we see that with these receivers this year. That'd be absolutely insane. Here comes 3rd and 1. It's Herbert. He's trying to convert, looking for a man. Oh, it's intercepted. Oh, no. Is that Derek Stingley? Is that going to be the X-Factor man in there? Oh, yes, it is. Derek Stingley with the interception. Justin Herbert hasn't thrown too many of those in Sim Sundays so far. That's a bit of a rare one, but Derek Stingley, he'd be one of the defensive players to make that happen. He was looking for his man, Quentin Johnson, who stopped on a comeback, on a curl, and it was jumped by Derek Stingley for the interception. And here come the Texans now with possession of the football. Yikes. But Chargers still in the lead here. Would have loved to see a 2-possession lead. But with 2 minutes left in the first half, we'll have to wait and see if the Chargers can hold on to a full 7. Full 7. Chargers Kansas said, this is from Mama Chargers Kansas, am I correct? She says, I would like to tell you thank you so much for being so nice to my son. He's disabled and has been missing his dad. Crazy. I appreciate how nice you've been. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Once a Chargers Bolt fam, always a Chargers Bolt fam. And that's generational as well. We loved Papa Charger Kansas for the longest time. And we are very honored to have Charger Kansas Jr. in the house. So thank you so much for the kind words. I really appreciate it. It's a community that already exists. The Bolt fam is a strong family of Chargers, passionate fans that definitely bring the culture and that sort of fellowship, and we're happy to have them here. Thank you so much for the kind words. It's very, very sweet of you, and welcome in the Charger Kansas family. Appreciate that. It's 2nd and 8 coming in. Minute 25 left with 44 yards to go for the Houston Texans. Yeah, for this season, what position group on the team do you think might struggle the most? I think I saw it in the chat there. Interior offensive line is still kind of sketchy for me. Here comes Christian Kirk with a nice first down. And we're at the 47-yard line all of a sudden. Small thing to make him feel better. Wears his dad's jersey. That's very sweet. We all miss him around here too, and that's definitely a nice thing to see. I love it when I see my son running around in Chargers jerseys because I know he's thinking of me too. That's very sweet. Thank you guys so much for sharing. Deshaun, with the director, how would you feel about re-signing Asante Samuel? There seems to be some injury concern revolving around Asante. I mean, we'd have to get some answers on that, but, of course I would be okay with it. I would love for Asante to come back. Great coverage coverage DB. He just had some issues in tackling and staying on the field, but we'll have to wait and see. I think the thing that's holding him back from signing with the Chargers has been money. We know that Joe Ortiz is very particular about that sort of thing, and maybe now that there's been a light receiving of him in free agency, we can get that number down. Nico Collins breaking a tackle, cleaned up by Cam Hart, luckily. Now the Texans all the way down to the 25. Gotta hold them. Need to keep that lead going into the second half. That would be huge considering the Chargers get the ball in the second half. 4-year, 114. Yes, sir. What was it, like a $90 million guarantee as well? Absolutely insane. What do you think about Andre James? Hey, Andre James, man, there was comments made about him was it today? He is now competing for starting center. They really took their time in giving him first-team reps, but it seems that he has been climbing the depth chart, and now he's competing with Bozeman and Zion for starting center. And this is something I predicted a while ago. I was like, man, Andre James, in a new situation, in a very familiar scheme where he and Josh Jacobs had so much success, I wouldn't be shocked if he sees a resurgence with the Chargers, given all that, changing back to things that he's familiar and successful in. I'm very excited to see. I think if we can go up, if we can improve at center position, I think we're looking pretty good. Nice sack by the Chargers. Didn't quite see who it was. We're going to run the animation. The Chargers needed that. It looked like it was somebody from the interior. Was it a blitzing linebacker? Help me out, Chad. Who got the sack there, man? Nice play. And now the Texans push back to the 27 with no timeouts and 13 seconds left in the clock. Let's see if we can keep them out of the end zone. Very, very nice. It's Stroud. He steps back. Ooh, the blitzing DB almost got home. I think it was Still. That's going to force an incomplete pass. It's Caldwell that got in there for the pressure as well. The rookie makes a play. And now the Chargers looking at a 4th and 12 on defense. The Texans are going to go for the 3 points. The Bolts will maintain the lead. Very, very nice. And we are looking at a Chargers 73 lead. We're going to be getting ourselves the ball in second half as well. So nice moves for the Chargers. That pressure getting in there and saving the day at the last second. And you believe Ortiz is not fixing the O-line because he wants a comp pick for Zion? I mean, you could maybe make a case for that. He's always got the comp formula in front of him, but I think when you've got talent and you've got, assets that are worth this or X amount, you're going to want to keep them around, but you got to make sure they're putting up the production that you're looking for. So this does feel like a make or break year for Zion. I'm rooting for let's make it. Because whether or not he stays and gets a big contract somewhere else or he stays here with us, that does mean some return for the Chargers. Director, my name is Eli. You shouted me out before. I used to tune into all of these all the time. I was wondering, what is our record up to this point in the simulation? Well, Eli, we are now at a 10-5 record. The Chargers have a shot at a 12-win season, and we're hoping that we can take down the very talented Texans who embarrassed us last season. So far off to a good start, a 7-3 lead in the first half. And then after this game, we play the Broncos to close out the season in Sim Sundays. How crazy. This is the very last episode, but thank you, Eli, for your inquiry. It's a 10-5 record right now. Hopefully an 11-5 after this one. That would be pretty safe. It's Hugo, the doorman boss. What up, Director? Bullfam, fashionably late. Hey, man, that's all the cool kids are. Had to handle some personal stuff. I hope you're butting some heads, man. I hope you're crushing some skulls. Hope you're getting your money, Hugo. Where's my money? Hugo here to collect, baby. Big love, Hugo. Good to see you, man. Haboo! Hey, Director, do you think we should rock the gold jerseys during week 1 since we're a home game in Brazil? I thought about that. That's pretty cool. Of course, Brazil having that yellow in their national flag and all that kind of stuff. One of their colors, right? That would be cool, but they're only going to be wearing the yellow for the Colts game week 7, which I think's also a very good call. I think the Chargers are being very careful not to associate the same stigma that the Navy outline jerseys that we had with the yellows. If Chargers fans aren't happy with the yellow, but we seem to be winning in them, I don't think they're going to notice too much after that. You know what I mean? So the Colts home game is where you're going to see them in Week 7. Yeah, that could be cool, though. I like the strategy behind that. If we're the yellow, Charger jerseys, maybe Brazil, the home team advantage would be given to the Chargers where it would be deserved. That's a home game for us on the schedule. Second half, and here come the Chargers. It's going to be Omarion Hampton. Oh, he's going to break through some tackles, picks up close to a first down, 10 yards. Omarion Hampton looking awesome, baby. Let's go. I don't know anything about football. He knows his dad loves it, so he wants him to learn. He remembers watching your YouTube, and his dad doesn't know much. Sorry if he's asked a lot. No, it's totally fine. We love the questions. We love bringing in new fans and new fandom to the sport even. I think football is a great way to reach out to similar-minded people that are passionate about the same things you are, and create community and all the great things in terms of socializing. And I absolutely love introducing people to football, and he'll definitely, if he sticks around and watches and on the channel or otherwise just watching the games, he'll definitely pick it up quick. I think it took me, when I first started watching football, maybe around a year or so before I was really into like the stats and how things worked and all the rules and everything. I would say maybe 3 or 4 games before I was pretty familiar with how the rules are and the pace of a game and all that kind of stuff. So no, we love it. Absolutely love it. Ask away. Would love to answer more questions. And everybody in the chat as well, I'm sure, very happy to answer questions revolving around the sport. It's a very, very tight-knit and easy to get along with community. Here comes Justin Herbert. He's going to be tailed by, is it Anderson? And it's a first down, Chargers. Herbo.
Thank you so
Picks
much
up the
for
first
the Sim
down.
Sundays this year, brother. We enjoyed it here in Ocean Shores 1. Looking forward to watching you cover the season. Go Chargers. 12-5 season is coming. High voltage sign
Director's
emoji.
biggest
High voltage sign
fan. My
emoji.
favorite username on YouTube and maybe in the world. We'll reread that here in just a second. Justin Herbert fires underneath. It's going to be Quentin Johnston. It's a drop. He'll make up for it later, we hope. Nicole Bertrand with the $5 holla. Hey, director, wish I could stick around. Work is kicking my butt today. Just wanted to ask, how do you feel about the receivers we saw at practice? I'm feeling way more optimistic than I thought I would after the Mike Williams cut, or retirement, I'll say. Here comes Justin Herbert looking for the sideline. It's Trey Harris, and that's one of those receivers right there that makes me feel a little more comfortable than I thought I would. He's been having himself a nice camp. Darius Davis has been talked a lot about as a weapon, not just a special teamer. And then on top of that, KLS is having an incredible offseason. And then on top of that, Oronde Gadsden's looking like a really good receiving option too. So I don't know, if the preseason and the practice, hype is to be believed, the Chargers are in a better situation. No, it's a fumble. Than we were even last season, which is definitely a huge improvement. The Chargers, oh no. Seeing some struggle here. Couple of turnovers now versus the Texans. Gotta watch out. But thank you for the $5 holla. I'm going to say yes. I still feel a lot better about the receivers this season, largely in due part to the draftees this year, which includes the tight end, Oronde Gadsden. My favorite username on Twitter, or I should say in the universe, on YouTube, Director's biggest fan, $10 holla. Thank you so much for the Sim Sundays this year, brother. We enjoyed it here in Ocean Shores. And looking forward to watching you cover the season. Go Chargers 12-5 season incoming. Let's go, baby. Let's start with the season in Sims at 12-5 and work our way in, right? Thank you so much. Director's biggest fan. I really appreciate that. Cannot wait for the season. 4 days away from live action Chargers football. We are just about there, and luckily overthrown. C.J. Stroud looking for a man deep down the field. It's going to be incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up. Thank you so much, man. Give him a like there on that comment, dude. Very, very cool. Will Becton be playing week 1? Haven't heard anything about him besides Joe's all. Haven't heard anything about Mekhi Becton dealing with anything. I would expect that you're going to see him in week 1 of the regular season. How much you see him in the preseason? That's left to be seen. Here comes C.J. Stroud. He's being tailed by a lot of defenders. Still picks up the first down at mid-field. Are we doing playoffs for the Sims? No, we generally do not do the playoffs. It's really hard to determine how that would be seeded, considering that we only do the Chargers And then on top of that, usually when the series ends is when preseason is beginning. So we don't want to overlay or overlap, our commitment to the live streams. But hey, I think we could all make a nice imaginative, season for the Chargers in the postseason. I think Justin Herbert's got it in him, man. I think this is the year we pick up that first, if not more, wins in the postseason. QJ also looked awesome in his first year in practice. Yeah, that's the biggest thing that people have been telling me too, and all the highlights and stuff that we've been posting, is that he's looked great in camp. But has he put it up in the regular season? I'm going to say in ways he has, but the drops have remained consistent. That's what Chargers fans want to put behind us. We'll have to wait and see if that's the case this year. I'm going to say this, man, is my prediction on Quentin Johnston is that he's going to provide a nice stat line for Chargers fans this year. I'm talking 800, 900, maybe even 1,000 yards for QJ. That would be awesome for him. And he's going to put up some touchdowns. We'll say like between 5 and 10 touchdowns, somewhere between there. And he's going to be a nice part of the offense, but he will come with drops, and that's going to remain a frustration. Nicely defended by Cam Hart. 4th and 6. Let's go, Chargers defense. But it's going to be part of things that we're going to have to either learn to live with, or if the Chargers coaching says it's too much, then maybe part ways with it at a later time. But he'll provide some value, and I think that we have to prepare ourselves to try and live with the drops, so long as there's some good along with it on the other end, right? Some touchdowns, some yards, some big plays here and there, because he did make them last year. It's just the drops really took the wind out of our sails in a lot of those instances, a lot of times in the same games. I keep saying QJ is a faster, younger Deebo Samuel. Just throw it to him short and give him extra yardage. Yep, that's the way he's supposed to be used. Taking a look at his tape at TCU and the way he's been, evaluated coming into the league, that is what you want from him. Give him the short routes. Give him the drags, the slants. Let him get to work after the catch. It's where he's targeted deep or, over the middle and in traffic that he has a little bit more difficulty keeping up. Is that Omarion Hampton with the reception? Oh, yes, it is. Omarion Hampton, nearly a 10-yard reception. Chargers, a touchdown here would be huge. Let's not turn over the ball this time, boys. Come on. Keep your possessions safe. I don't know where I was going with that. Keep the ball safe. Do not lose possession. Thoughts on the Wilkins situation? Hugo, the brave man, asking the big questions. We'll start here with a Conklin catch, where there is a penalty, might be holding on the Chargers. We'll circle back around to that, Hugh, because I do want to talk about that for a second, because that is definitely very interesting. Eli is at Mozo with the $5 holler. Appreciate you responding to my comment, director. You're the best. Hey, thank you so much, Eli. I'm so excited to see everybody back, all the familiar and even new faces getting ready for the season. I can't wait to see what the turnout's going to look like for the Hall of Fame game as well, man. I know it's not, a regular season game, but when's the last time that we played the Hall of Fame game? Somebody told me that it was the last time we went to the Super Bowl. Oh, it's been a while. It's been a long time. Nice reception by Ladd McConkey. It's a 2nd and 3. The Chargers now at midfield, 45-yard line. Thank you so much, Eli. I appreciate that. So my thoughts on the Wilkins situation. It's grown since the time I posted my video. I don't know if you guys saw. It was the day or the day after that the Wilkins release happened. I put together a video on why we should maybe go after him. I think it'd be hilarious. There's so many reasons to believe that the Chargers could turn the trajectory of his career around even. Nice reception. Yes, it is. Ladd McConkey down to the 32. And the reasons were being that Christian Wilkins is pissed at the Raiders. He would likely be motivated to sign somewhere else in the AFC West to stick it to the Raiders. He may have to take a prove-it deal from his new team, considering all of the flags that he now possesses and revolving around his name, the injury, the work ethic, all that kind of stuff. But the Chargers, they've been known to work with players like that, players that, like I said in my video, have fallen off or have attitude problems or work ethic problems. Oh, there's Omarion Hampton. Let's break that. Yes. First down, Chargers. Big run. Omarion Hampton. And the best example of that on the roster has been Tier Tart. He had a very similar narrative to Christian Wilkins where he bounced around everywhere. Like, he's a good talent, but nobody liked his work ethic. And he was like 4 or 5 teams before he landed with the Chargers. And they really unearthed that potential in him. And he's been amazing for us. Got a new contract. He's going to be our starting DT this season. That's a great situation. The Chargers they've been known to do stuff like that recently. Those are the reasons I'm for it. There may be some more information coming out soon, though, that we didn't have during the production of that particular video. They said there was something that he got in a confrontation with a teammate on something that was weird. The word weird was thrown around a lot. And that's maybe part of the reason why he was released. Not just the rehab and the surgery and all that kind of stuff, but there's some weird confrontation with one of his teammates. If all of that checks out and the Chargers feel confident in the same way they did with Tierra Tart that they can turn things around, then I'm definitely about bringing Christian Wilkins on board. I think his talent with what we're doing and what Jesse Minter's got would be unbelievable. And if anything, it would be the most hilarious way to piss off your local Raiders fan, which is definitely worth the price tag to me. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Good question, Hugo. Been dying to talk about that. Can we make the Denver game a snow game? Yes! That's a very, very good inquiry. We're definitely going to do that. Oh, it's a carry by Najee. It's going to be short. Chargers should take the field goal, though. Still be up a full possession. And see about making the Texans work for it. Because now we are late, right? Is it late into the fourth quarter now? Yes, we're at the top of the fourth quarter now. Chargers should definitely take the field goal. And go up 10-3, try and protect that lead. Oh, they're going for it. They say, no, it's a long yard, too. It's a long yard. It looks like they're going to hand it to Amari. And no, it's a play action. Herbert over the middle. Ah! It's going to be a first down, maybe a touchdown. First and goal. Chargers said, no, we want it all. We want it now. That's a first down, Chargers. Gutsy call, and it pays off. They got me, man. I was like, it's an eye for him. It's definitely going to be a run by Omari, and it turns out to be a play action, and Justin Herbert makes it happen. Here comes a flag. Who's it on? Please don't be us. It's a false start. So it's still first and goal, but I would have loved to see an opportunity for a QB sneak or something like that. Am I crazy in believing QJ into year 3? I think this is traditionally like one of the years that wide receivers break out. So no, we should all be rooting for it. The situation at receiver, yes! Ladd McConkey touchdown Chargers. That feels like a pretty big touchdown there, dude. That's Ladd McConkey's second touchdown of the day. Corner pocket. Nice separation. Guess who that was versus, too? Look at the number 24. That's Derek Stingley. He made up for the interception earlier. Beats Derek Stingley for the touchdown. But like I was saying, we should be rooting for Quentin Johnston to hit this year. Because our situation, if QJ is for real, is very, very good at wide receiver in comparison to last year. Of course, QJ was part of the equation last year. He had a bounce back year, 8 touchdowns, but the drops were still an issue. But if he's able to put, let's say, half of those drops behind him, continue to elevate his production, that situation, that scenario of him and McConkey and Trey, that's a very healthy receiving room. We want to root for that. Because if he falls off and it doesn't look like it's working out and he's still dropping the football too many times, we have to look for another prospect behind them, which there's some good candidates, right? KLS looks awesome. Darius Davis looks great, but those are kind of what ifs at this point. We know QJ can be good. We just got to put those drops behind us. If you take what he did last year and you just erase, like half the drops, I think most of the stigma around him wouldn't be as aggressive. You know what I mean? Who says, I feel like QJ gets a really bad rep from Chargers fans. It's like they want him to fail. No, I think, I think a lot of us, you can see it on social media, but I think a bulk of the fans that I've talked to want him to succeed. And we're not going to sit back and let the drops and stuff slide. You're going to hear some criticism, but we're in a position where we want him to be that guy. You watching the game this Thursday? Oh, man, I'll be here live on YouTube. I will be here. Nightwave, good to see you, dude. 1st and 10, Texans now with a 14-3 deficit. They're going to have to work fast. Chargers got to be careful. There's Tank Dell with a huge reception down to midfield. Got to be careful here, man. Don't let them score, and definitely don't let them score quick. We'd have to wait until 26 to see Wilkins. Yeah, and that's part of it. If we get a prove-it deal, let's say a 2-year deal, in and around, like, I would guess $3 to $5 million a season with incentives, that's something I'm willing to bank on for the talent that Christian Wilkins is, man. Before going to the Raiders, he tallied a 9-sack season with the Dolphins. And then now you're getting Ben Herbert's hands on him. You know, I think I like the upside for the minimal risk. And you got to remember, next season we have $107 million in cap. I'm willing to take a little gamble. You know what I mean? A little gamble with that 107. Every wide receiver drops the ball, some even more than QJ. Yeah. QJ does have a problem. I'm not going to say he doesn't. We'll continue to call it out, but I'm rooting for him to put it behind him. Snow game? Yeah, we'll do a snow game for the last game. It's at Denver, too, so that works out great. Here's Stroud looking for a man on the outside. It's incomplete. 3rd and 8 coming up. Nice coverage by Cam Hart. The injury question makes me weary. Yep, and there's a lot to do research on with Christian Wilkins. You know, because the character issues are something I think the Chargers can straighten out. The injury, depending on what it is, Ben Herbert stands a really good chance at helping it, but we don't know. We don't have a lot of the details right now, so I have to wait and see. It feels like there was some drama happening behind the scenes. Maybe it's being overblown to get him off the roster, which that is something. Ooh, nicely defended. That's Elijah Molden. Nice play there. 4th and 8. Feels like the Texans have to go for it here. This could be the game, man, already. Let's go, Chargers. But yeah, do your due diligence. But I would just love to piss off Raiders fans if we turn that Wilkins signing right back around on them after they wasted all that money, et cetera, et cetera. 4th and 8. This is kind of the game. Can the Chargers get their defense off the field? Oh, they're going to lay a big hit. Yes, it was Dayan Henley. And yes, the Chargers defense will get off the field. Now at midfield, here come the Chargers and Justin Herbert. Denied. I have something for that too. I said, not today, says Dayan Henley. Very, very nice moves by the defense. Let's go. Zeros in the chat for Dayan Henley. That's a very, very nice touch right there. Oh, man, I got to catch up on some of these, man. You guys have been going crazy in the chat. My apologies. Some sources said that Wilkins got an incident with a teammate, which is what led to the Raiders releasing him. Yup. We don't know what happened there. Just having 2 ex-Raiders on the defense would be so funny. Yeah. Imagine we brought in Mari Cooper. We could definitely afford it now, too, man. We got 30 mil. 30 mil in the bank right now. Win-loss ratio right now is 10-5. Here comes 1st and 10. It's Amarian who's going to pick up a quick first down. Very close. 2nd and inches. Now we're down to the 39-yard line. Let's go. Like Coach Harbaugh says, competitors welcome. And if we're going to bring in Wilkins, I hope it doesn't turn into a locker room problem. Nah, I think the Chargers would nip it in the bud before it becomes a problem there. I really do. The Chargers locker room has really transformed over the last year or two, right? It feels like if you're not willing to play ball, if you're not willing to play in the Harbaugh way of playing football, then you're just not going to be there. Oh, what a catch by Conklin. Chargers down to the 18-yard line. One more score, whether it be a field goal or otherwise, I think this game is firmly put away. Keegan needs to pick up. He wasn't a first rounder for nothing. Yeah. QJ rightfully deserves the heat. I don't believe Chargers fans want him to fail. Yep. So we got to hold him accountable for the drops, but we got to hope. We got to root for him. We got to give him some support. You know what I mean? Like, we'll call him out on the drops, but we got to make sure that we're there when his highs are high, right? We'll call him out when the lows are there, but we got to also be there when the success is there. You know what I mean? Because if I were him right now and I saw all the heat, I was like, it doesn't matter what I do, they're going to be mad because I'm going to drop it once or twice every few weeks, and it's tough. It really is tough in that position. But hey, you know, he's a professional football player. Oh, over the middle, dude. Ladd McConkey, 3 touchdowns. Are you kidding me? Lightning Ladd, just like in his first meeting with the Texans last year, has put up some ridiculous stats, and we're going to see him get the game ball for sure by the end of this. Well, look at Derwin Trey Harris, so friggin' stoked. Let's go, Lightning Ladd, dude. Oh, so excited to see Ladd this season, dude. I have so my league, my big home fantasy football league that's been going on like 12 years. We get 2 keepers. I'm getting Ladd McConkey basically for free. I think a 15th round, somewhere around there, round 10 to 15. I'm getting Lightning Ladd. Obviously, I had to pick him up as a Chargers fan. I actually had to trade for him. Somebody sniped him from me because they knew I'm a Chargers fan. I wanted to trade it for him. I think I sent Xavier Worthy and another person to get Lightning Ladd on my roster. Very worth it. So I get to keep him for like a 15th rounder. I'm also keeping Malik Neighbors for a 5th, if you can believe it. Very good year to draft wide receivers last year. So the keepers are looking very strong. Ladd Slater got paid the big bucks. Yep. Got my McConkey jersey en route. Love the kid. Not going to lie, still want Keenan back. That would be really cool. The narratives of it. Chargers now up 21-3. This is the revenge narrative that we wanted so desperately. We should end this game 11-5 with the hopes and the dreams of a 12-win season still in front of us, which is just pretty good, man. We went on kind of a roller coaster this season. I think we lost 2 games last episode, right? We lost 2 games. So far, winning 2 games this episode, I could definitely work with that. And this is around right where I think the Chargers win record is going to be anyway. I was like, maybe between 10 and 12 wins is where I kind of have them. Nico Collins going to pick up a first down. It feels like a little too late at this point. You see Rochelle retired to Charger. Love that for him. Yeah, me too, man. I saw some weird comments about that. I was like, why wouldn't we want that? Yes, man. Congratulations. I'm sure that he saw his ex-teammate Phillip Rivers, who also went to the Colts, go home and retire. I'm sure he wanted to see the same thing for himself, and we definitely want more of that. I'll take any of that. Any day of the week. I'll take Chargers coming back and signing the 1 year and retiring a Bolt. Going to be live Thursday, Director. You know it, dude. You know it. I'm going to be here. I'm so excited. I'm going to have the roster pulled up, so when all these random numbers, I have no idea who they are. For practice squad guys and stuff, we can see what the Chargers are cooking. But I don't know, man. At this point, the Chargers, you never know what they're going to do in terms of their starters. Jim Harbaugh, now he's got a bit of a track record of seeing what he's got a little early, which is nerve-wracking for us, but exciting on game day. And Neighbors and Ladd, I think we made the right call. Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater being the 2 bookend Chargers tackles for the next at least 5 or 6 years is absurd. It's Tank Dell with a nice reception, and we're kind of running through the motions here now. You get Ladd McConkey, a wide receiver 1. You know what I mean? And one of the best tackles in football, even in his rookie season, is a slam dunk. 2nd and 4, Stroud under pressure. He's running away with it, man, all the way down to the 20 just about. Clock continues to roll. Novak retired a Charger as well. We'll take it, I guess. Then the press conference at every position on offense are a lot better, but O-line. Yeah, we got to figure that out. I'm still hopeful for Andre James, man. He's had some good thing to say about Andre James. This last press conference. Over the middle, it's Nico Collins into the end zone. Touchdown, Texans. With 3 seconds to spare before the 2-minute warning. Chargers are still in the driver's seat here. I hope I get to watch the game on TV, but don't have a streaming service at the moment. YouTube TV is stupid expensive. It really, really is. We'll try together, man. I'm getting the guys at ExpressVPN together. This is the time of year, usually the first week of August, that we start running our tests, seeing if all the connectivity and everything's still working out good and it's still easy to access. We'll get all those details out because that is definitely a lot cheaper. A lot cheaper. YouTube TV, unfortunately, has made it inaccessible for a lot of fans that want to watch just... And again, we need to get to the future already, man. How many people that stream games illegally would move over to a platform where they can pay $20 a month to watch their home team? And just their home team. Because to be honest with you guys, I like Sunday Ticket okay, but if I could pay for just the Chargers and Red Zone, I would be just as fine. You know what I mean? Like that I would take that any day of the week. And that's why I've aggressively partnered with ExpressVPN and these alternate methods at watching football, because I'm of the belief that the system right now is not great, and there's ways to improve it that would make football more accessible to everybody. And I think everybody should be able to watch the best sport in America. You know what I mean? If Henley hit was in real life on 4th down against the Texans, I would have been unnecessary roughness knowing the refs against the Chargers. Yep. MLB does it. It's $20 a month to watch single team games. Why can't NFL do it? Yep. Yeah, I don't know. It's very frustrating. We'll get there one day, and we're going to continue to push for it for sure. Dude, did you see Omari and Hampton just now weaving around 2 defenders on the edge? He said, nope, and took it all the way down. Dude, that was like a 20-yard run. Let's go. Big run for Omari and Hampton, dude. Look at that. That's crazy. Nice run. 8's in the chat. But we're getting into that season, man, where I'm going to put together another ExpressVPN commercial, new tutorial. You know, it's trying to find access to the games. It's going to get nuts. 2018 pass rush stepped up when Bosa was out a lot. Unknown stepping up. One of them was Isaac Rochelle. Yep. Was that still Melvin Ingram? I'm pretty sure it was, right? Chargers have had pretty good pass rushers for several years now. How do you think we're going to make a big signing because Slater's deal freed up $14 million cap? Yeah, I don't know if we're going to make a big signing. I mean, I would kind of bank on them maybe not doing that. The roster looks pretty good right now. If we can find some more interior offensive line help, I wouldn't shy away from it. Oh, look at that, dude. Amarian really closing out this game. Some big carries, dude. Another first down. He eclipses 100 yards. Big day for Amarian Hampton. This is how the Chargers are going to look in real life, too. They're going to try and grab the lead and then hang on to control of the football, milking the clock and letting the run game take care of business. And that I like to see that happen in Madden, reflecting what I think is going to happen in real life too. Damian Square. Wow, man. Talk about flashbacks. There's another carry this time. Nicely wrapped up by the Texans. But yeah, I don't know. I would say a lot of that money probably rolls over to next year, and we have $107 million to spend next year. A much better free agent pool this year too. It's going to get crazy, man. Opinion on Rocket Sanders. I hope he makes the roster. I think he's awesome. I remember in 2018 playoff, Isaac Rochelle strip second Lamar Jackson. Dude, I remember that. That was in the playoff game, right? Oh, it was so sick. Here comes another carry, and it's going to be a yard, and the clock continues to roll. Here, give me 1 second, guys. My nose is pretty stuffed up. Give me 1 sec. All right. Chair stream concluded. Big love, right. Any news about Hendrickson? Low-key want him or Parsons. That would be nuts if we were able to swing something like that. I would say next year you can maybe expect a pretty decently big signing, dude. The Chargers have so much money. We're going to be one of the top teams next year. Let's see. Cap space, 26. We're going to have the second most cap in 2026. You guys can see that. The Raiders at 128. That's pretty ridiculous, too. They're in a quarterback swing right now, too, so we'll have to wait and see what happens to that number. But the Chargers, $107 million. Like, I would be shocked if we didn't make at least one pretty decent signing with that money. Ooh, big play for Mixon. But again, the Chargers up 24-10. Kind of going through the motions, waiting to get to the Broncos finale game. What's Chargers record so far? After this game, it should be 11-5, which would be awesome. Just got to hold on for 42 more seconds. Uchenna Nwosu. Wait, Uchenna was the one that got the strip sack on Lamar in that playoff game, right? That was that particular game. It was Uchenna Nwosu. I do remember that. Almost forgot about him. Huge play downfield. It's Tank Dell. 30 seconds, no timeouts. See the Chargers put this one away. Correction, it was Nwosu. Yes, it was Nwosu. But that same game, I think Rochelle got an interception. Yeah, I remember Rochelle doing something as well. Yeah, Uchenna Nwosu got that really sick strip sack on Lamar Jackson. Here comes C.J. Stroud looking, fires back of the end zone. Incomplete. 5 seconds left, and the Chargers grab a dub. Let's go. Last play of the game, and it's going to be a sack by Tarheeb Still. That's a sack, and that's the end of the game, man. Let's go take a look at the stats and give Ladd McConkey his game ball. First down celebration versus the Ravens, too. That was a heck of a game, man. Was it that same game? Imagine if we had Nwosu and Kaiser in the Minter defense. That would be pretty cool. All right, let's go take a look at the stats here to end off this game. Very nicely done by the Chargers. The revenge game has revenge results. Let's take a look here, man. Stroud, I mean, for all intents and purposes, had a good day. Justin Herbert had a bit of a better day, even with the interception. Rushing, dude, Omarion Hampton with 104 yards. Have a day, my friend. Najee only got the one carry, which is pretty crazy. Receiving, yes, Nico had a pretty good day. Conklin had a good day, but Ladd McConkey, 117 and 3 touchdowns. There's your game ball right there, ladies and gentlemen. Great day for Ladd McConkey. Then finally, we got Derwin James here. What did he put up? I think it was the tackles, right? We got a sack from Bud. We got a sack from Tarheeb, a sack from Tier Tart. From the interior. We had an interception. Nope, that was by Derek Stingley. Very, very good game for the Chargers, man. Very, very nice. Let's go ahead and wrap up the season of Sim Sundays with our last game versus the Denver Broncos. You go up here to the Broncos. And the Chargers. And we wanted to do a snow game, right? Here we go. Last game of Sim Sundays. We've already arrived here, man. The Chargers are 11-5. With a chance to go 12-5. We're already where I kind of predicted where we would be. Let's see if we can take down the Broncos. I think one more time, right? We took them down once already? I don't remember. Here we go, man. Look at this. Chargers wearing the white jerseys in the snow. I kind of like how they shine. It's pretty sick. Oh, dude. That would be a nuts season finale. Snow game at Mile High. Let's take him down, dude. Adrian Phillips had one interception. Man, all these names throwing me back, dude. All right, here we go. The last game, a snow game. All white unis plus the snow. Yeah, it's a great season finale, man. Great season finale. Welcome. We've all arrived. Sign a day, or like a day contract, you mean, their Chargers? Yeah, so a lot of players, if they go on to play with a different team, but they want to retire with the team that they originally were drafted on, they had their careers with, they'll go sign a contract for one day and then retire so that they can be on that team pretty much forever is kind of the mentality behind it. And it's a great sign and show of respect for the original team that drafted you. Here we go. This is going to make life really difficult for me in terms of the yardage, but we'll have some fun with it, dude. You know you would see a lot more sleeves and stuff, too, if you were out here in the snow versus the Broncos. Does everyone get that? Not everyone does. You know, it's more for the people that, like, really excelled in the NFL. They had a pretty good career, but they ended up going somewhere else. You know, you see that a lot. You know, teams will come back for the one day, but it's not everybody. Definitely not everybody. I would say a majority of people don't do that, but a majority of players. LT was one of the first to sign a one-day contract, retire as a Charger. Yep. Here comes the first play for the Broncos. That's going to be a negative play. Nice play there by Alohi Gilman. Alohi Gilman. Is it DJ Harvey? Is that who we saw carry the football? It wasn't J.K. Dobbins, right? Not to bring up that old wound. I think it's R.J. Harvey, their starting running back right now. Here comes Bo Nix over the middle. He'll find his target. I think that's Sutton. And it's going to be a 3rd and 2 coming up. Let me grab the roster real quick for the... This is usually my stream prep for live games. That's going to be fun, too, versus the Lions, man. Woo! Cortland Sutton with that reception. 3rd and 2 now. Watch out for the run. It's a play action. It's over the middle, and it's caught. Cortland Sutton again, his second catch now at the 44-yard line. Delvin Campbell been shining lately too. Yeah. I think we're going to see some really fun camp and roster battles and stuff happening over the next few weeks, especially as we're getting into the Hall of Fame game. Bo Nix looking for a man, almost intercepted. It was Jackson who had a hand on it, very cold hand on it. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Look at that Trey Lance, dude. Have you guys been watching Trey Lance lately? Have you been seeing like a lot of the highlights with KLS and these other receivers? You take a second glance at the quarterback. It's been Trey Lance lately, man. He's been looking crazy, like legitimately, like pretty good. Here comes a nice carry by Harvey. It's going to be 3rd and 4. Best Chargers player ever. Depends on who you ask. I think most people would say it's that guy behind me, LaDainian Tomlinson. Some people would say a linebacker from back in the 90s, Junior Seau. Then other people would say it's maybe Justin Herbert or Lance Allworth. There's a lot to choose from, but I think most people will tell you it's LaDainian Tomlinson. Here comes Bo Nix. He's going to try and run for it. Nicely covered by Tier Tart. Is that a sack? I don't know, but it's a stop. And the Bolts defense does their job in the first possession for the Broncos. Let's go. Winslow, yeah, is on there. Dan Fouts is on there. Some people love Charlie Joyner. There's a lot. There's a lot of players. Rodney Harrison. No, there's a lot to choose from. Here comes the punt by the Broncos, and the Chargers are going to start at the 12-yard line. 12. Favorite NFL player all time is Seau, but LT's a close second. Yeah, and that's going to be what you hear from a lot of Chargers fans. LT and Seau. Rivers is up there for me too, and Gates. So if you look behind me on my over this shoulder, you're going to see a signed helmet by LaDainian Tomlinson. There's a signed jersey by LT. And behind my head, you'll see a signed helmet by Antonio Gates. I need to get me something from Phillip Rivers soon. He's another one of my favorite all-time Chargers. Here comes 1st and 10. It's a carry. It's Hampton trying to weave his way in. Gets 3 yards. After that 100-yard performance last week, we're hoping to see that again in the snow. For sure. The QB to take us to the show, Humphreys. Yeah, it's crazy. With all the great Chargers quarterbacks we've had in the franchise's history, it's crazy that it was Humphreys. Humphreys wasn't bad. Definitely not bad, but it's just crazy. You know, when you got Fouts and you got Herbert and you got Rivers, Breeze. Pretty crazy. 3rd and 7 coming up. It's a drop by Trey Harris in the snow. You're going to see a lot of that this week. Definitely some tough weather to be playing in. 3rd and 7. Season finale of Sim Sundays. Here's Justin Herbert over the middle, and oh man, Ladd McConkey versus Pat Surtain. That's going to be a tough matchup all day, and the Chargers are going to have to punt this thing away from their own 15-yard line. That is tough. Hall of Fame game, but it looks like we're catching these up with my brother. Nice, man, nice. It is not the jersey that makes the fan or the man, but the man who makes the game for the jersey, for the man, for the plan in the game, and the man. Think. No worries. 1st and 10, Broncos at the 49. Good starting field position for them. If the defense can get another stop here, though, man. Might see a lot of defense in this week's game. Flex Sunday Night Football. That could be cool. With the Commanders. Here's 1st and 10. Knicks going to go underneath and find 6 yards from R.J. Harvey. I'm very worried every year when I book games because I got to fly in, you know, and make plans. And me and Mrs. Director like to take a little vacation in between, right? Like if we're already traveling, like we'll hit the game and then we'll go to Vegas or something. I'm always worried about games getting flexed out. You know, I don't think I have to worry about that too much. It's a Thursday night game that I'm going to already, right? We got it's the Chargers and Vikings, you know. I think we'll be okay. But, yeah, there's always that worry. It's like, oh, man, everything's already paid for. That would really blow. They're more confused off of one statement. 1st and 10. Broncos now at the 40-yard line. Chargers need to get a stop, man. It's going to be a tough game. Here comes Harvey off the edge. Nicely defended. It's going to be 2nd and 9. I don't think that was Harvey. That was 23. What's the number for J.K. Dobbins in Denver? Is it 23? Not quite sure who the ball carrier there was. Let me see. I have the roster right here. I thought it was 27. Oh, that was a handoff to Estime. Yeah, Dobbins is still 27. Estime got that short yard, that first carry, 2nd and 9. And it's Bo Nix throwing on the run in the snow. It's incomplete, 3rd and 9. 3rd and 9. If you want to hit me up on Twitter there, Kansas, we'll see if I can help you out. Why didn't I legally change my name to Director? Some people have been saying 4th and 9, nicely defended. It's Henley. And the Chargers defense doing a good job so far. I changed my name to Director. Some people, there was a movie that I made 10 years ago that's going absolutely completely bonkers viral on TikTok right now. And my actual name is at the end credits of the movie, and everyone's like, whoa, the what? And I was like, yeah, I mean, my name's known. It's not like it's secret, you know? I don't say it just because I think it's fun to keep the mystery around. But when people from the Bolt fam call me my real name, I'm like, ugh. It's like when my wife calls me my real name. I'm like, no, that's not my name. That's not what you call me. Ugh. My Twitter is in the description. It's at Director YT. Should look something like this. Eli Apple side of the Niners, what are you doing, nice? And after the 3 points by the Broncos, the Chargers take it back to the 27. Forgot to tell you, Director, a while back, you said the Chargers were like a hero team. Had that feeling for a long time, the way the Chargers are and how they act give me hero team vibes. They really, really do, man. They really, really do. No problem, Kansas. No problem. It's 1st and 10. Justin Herbert over the middle trying to find, it's Pat Surtain. Herbert the last couple of weeks, man. We're getting some interceptions all of a sudden, and the Broncos are back at it on offense. Tough matchup, tough game, snow game. And the Chargers trying to find a way to claw back into this one. Justin Herbert trying to hit Ladd McConkey, overthrows him right into the hands of Pat Surtain. And it is an interception. Don't want to ruin the mystique. That's what I'm saying. Just call me Papa Director. Call me Director. Top 5, Trey Lance, Amari Hampton, Zion Johnson, Amari, Kyle Kennard. For what, Eddie? Let me see if I can scroll up. What'd you say? Live action Thursday name, your top 5. Oh, yeah. I think Trey Lance is going to surprise a lot of people, dude. I don't know. And DJU as well. Like, there was some early hype about him, but lately, dude, I'm seeing some really cool stuff from Trey Lance, which is really shocking. Here comes a wide receiver handoff. That's going to be 7 yards. The Broncos, we got to keep him out of the end zone, man. That would be disastrous for the first half. Denver defense. The only player that scares me is Surtain. Yeah, Surtain's going to make some moves. He's already made 2 plays in this game. Nice pass defended, and now an interception. He's definitely one of the best in the league. Here comes R.J. Harvey, and nicely wrapped up. Nice way to close that distance real quick. It was Junior Colson who made that stop. Still a first down, but he was looking like he was going to take off for 15, 20 yards. Instead, it's just a few, but it is a first down. Broncos. Let's go on extending Slater. Yes, sir. We're all pretty hyped about that. Lodge's web director joining late. Had a pickleball tournament. Hey, pickleball, where it at, man? Harvey takes it down to the 2-yard line. 2 yards to score for the Broncos. Can we bend but not break, man? That's a big thing right here, dude. Going down 10-0 in the first half. In a snow game, that's tough. Devon Campbell recently. I think it's fine. I think we're going to see some nice competition for practice squad. I think is also very important. I think some people scoff at it, but that's who you're practicing against. You know what I mean? Those are very important reps. You're getting some nice players that could be elevated, but also provide nice practice. That's, I think, worth watching and pursuing and hoping for. PS2 and Barron are going to be spooky. Yeah, I forgot that Barron's in there too, man. Oh. That's pretty. Jahdae Barron, dude, as soon as I saw the pick, I was like, haha, but uh-oh. Because we all thought that Amari Hampton was going to be their pick. Bo Nix over the middle. Touchdown, Broncos. It's Vele. The Broncos take an early 10-0 lead. Uh-oh. Not in the season finale. Not like this. Not like this. I love that the Chargers have the all-white unis against the snow. It looks pretty sick. R.J. Mickens, the NFL version of KAT. Later and all, the best tackle duo in the league. You know it. When he said DJ throws the best balls outside of Herbert. Oh, DJU? Crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gutted that I wasn't able to go to camp this year, but man, I've seen some good things said about him. Some nice clips here and there. I've seen more clips from Trey Lance, funny enough. But there's some legitimate competition out there for QB2. And QB3 is an important position for this team, too. That's usually somebody that you're going to see as an emergency QB on game day. Broncos, Drew Sanders just suffered an injury, now just reported. Uh-oh. Hopefully he's okay. Have to update the message. I think, yeah, it depends. Usually if it's somebody that's not following me or I'm not following whatever, go to like another inbox. But yeah, if you have to update the app, that's probably what I would do. 1st and 10. Chargers need some momentum on offense, man. It's been a tough start. Tough start. Really need to find something on the ground, I think. That's what's going to help us out, I think, the most. Get some momentum with Omari and Hampton, which is tough because the Broncos, they're built very similar to the Chargers. So you're going to see a lot of that physicality all over the Sean Payton-led Broncos as well. First play is not a run, and it's going to hit Trey Harris in the shoulder. 2nd and 10. Oh, the players are struggling in the snow. You think Trey Lance will make emergency QB because of his running and Taylor will be number 2? That's probably where I would put my money to. We want that mobility at some point in the roster. Here comes another carry, or I should say another pass. Luckily brought in by Conklin. It wasn't a first down. 3rd and 3. Chargers really need to move the football here, man. You need a conversion. You need to get in scoring range. You don't want the Broncos to run away with this one because when they can start running the football over you, a lot like what we're trying to do, it becomes really difficult to stop. 3rd and 3. Oh, man, dude, PS2's up there lit up, too. That's really difficult to stop. Herbert looking, fires middle. Oh, Trey Harris let one hit him in the shoulder, but then catches it in triple coverage. I guess we'll take it. The drive is alive. Chargers have the ball midfield. Wow. Triquez Bridges repping number 31 because of Crow. This guy's going to be special. Is it really because of Crow? That'd be nuts because he looks a lot like Crow in some ways, right? He's like huge. Crow is also big. He was like 6'3". Quez is 6'3" as well, if I do remember. Over the middle, it's Lad McConkey. McConkey picks up a first down. Now the Chargers are rolling. We need some momentum, man. We need some scoring. We need some points. Seen highlights in Luke Grimm at camp yet? I've seen a few. Mainly just normal drills. I don't know how much I've seen on like the 7-on-7s, 11-on-11s, or anything like that. But yeah, Grimm could be good, man. I've seen him play in real life. Like I've witnessed how good he can be in person. When I saw BYU versus Kansas. There's Trey Harris, another great reception down to the 24. So I wouldn't be shocked if he ends up being really, really nice pickup for the Chargers too. Lore accurate Trey Harris. What number are Naheem Hines and Bridges going to have because they both 31 of their jerseys? A lot of it's going to depend after the cuts are made because you're going to see a lot of players wear the same number. Oh, man, especially one on offense, one on defense, and then when cuts are made, either you keep the number or you're going to have to change it depending on, what the final roster is looking like. Justin Strand, or is it Strand? Going to pick up a sack versus Herbert. Oh, it's tough out here, man. The Broncos are going to be a dangerous team in pressure as well. They were the best team in sacks last year. Yikes. Been on the sidelines, unfortunately. Yeah. I've seen him in drills and stuff too. And he's looked fine. But yeah, that's probably why we're seeing some guys brought in like Jack Jackson and stuff like that. But he's a good player. He's got some nice route running. Over the middle, Herbert's going to hit Lad McConkey. Gets a nice chunk of that yardage back, but it's still a 3rd and long. In Dicker field goal range now. You got to be really careful here, man. If we can get a conversion, try and go for the touchdown, I think I feel a lot better than giving the Broncos still a 7-point lead. KLS wide receiver, too. I don't know if I'd go that far, but I think they're going to see him mixed into the offense a lot more. It's Herbert. Oh, he's panicking. Here comes the sack. It's Nick Bonito. And the Chargers likely settle for 3 here. Ooh, Herbert getting fired up. Oh, watch out, Herbie. NFL Plus doesn't air live games on TV, only mobile and tablets, right? If I remember correctly, I hope they changed it, man. It's not too late. They're probably rolling out all of their advertisements and their all that kind of stuff. But NFL Plus, you only get it on mobile, and you only get out-of-market games or something like that, too. There's a lot of hoops. YouTube TV also has this thing, like with the NFL Sunday Ticket, where you don't have to have YouTube TV, but they only provide certain games if you get Sunday Ticket through YouTube. So it would look like YouTube. There would be just different channels for the NFL, and they would show you different live streams for Sunday Ticket. But I think out-of-market games mainly and stuff like that. So you will run into blackouts frequently if you don't have YouTube TV, which is very unfortunate. Record is 11-5 right now. Chargers still have hope for a 12-win season, but they're going to have to pick it up on offense this game. Yep, Slater with the big contract. We're all pretty excited, man. It's awesome. Like Steve Jobs. Yep, 11-5. Season finale game. Taking the wifey to Topgolf. It's so funny. The Bolt Bros first invited me, and I was like, that's not really my thing. And then I went once on my birthday because I thought it was like, okay, I want to try something new. And man, I got addicted really quick. I love Topgolf. Breaking: Chargers running back Martin Hampton has won the fan vote as the predicted winner of the 2026 NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year award. I'm not going to say I'm denying that, dude. I think that's not a bad bet to make, dude. I think Cam Ward is probably going to win it, but I mean, Omarion, he could definitely shock the world. And I would be, oh man, I would be so about that. I would be so about that. And I can definitely see it. He's going to be like a focal point of the offense, him and Herbert. Consider going on Locked On Chargers podcast or another one. Yes, I did a show with Locked On like a month ago. Love those guys. I've done a bad job this year. Normally every year I try to go on Locked On. I try to go on Charger Chat. I try to go on Chargers Unleashed and stuff. I've just been so busy this summer, but doing good things. You know, I wanted to really make it a fun summer for my kids, so we've just been cramming in as many activities and stuff as possible this year, and it's been a really good summer. Here comes the punt. Nice defense by the Chargers. Blinked and you missed it. The Chargers got a 3-and-out. Now we're looking at a first down at the 36-yard line with 2.5 minutes in the first half. Let's go tie things up, dude. Let's do it. Uh-oh, who's injured? Junior Colson needs a second on the sideline. Hopefully he returns in the second half. Usually that's what happens in these games on Madden. I'll have to message Dan and these other guys, see if we can get... And I was talking to NFL Mike last week, too. Hoping to get a collab with him. But, yeah, we've just been so darn busy. I'll have to see if I can organize something. I have something built, too. I think I built something last year to host people. Thank you, Kansas. I'll take a look at them later today, hopefully. I'm going on a date with the wife right after the stream. Here comes 2nd and 4. Chargers now at the 42-yard line. Where did you send them, Charger Kansas? Not seeing it here. Take another look here in a little bit. Here comes 1st and 10. Herbert to the sideline. We're at the 42-yard line now. 2nd and 8. Bolts would love to see a touchdown. Director, why don't you go on Guilty as Charged podcast? I've been on their podcast a few times. Definitely been on their podcast, but it's been a minute, yeah. It definitely has been a minute. I think a couple of years now. But I caught up with those guys at training camp last year. We all hung out at Broovy, what was it called? Rock and Brews for like the entire night. It was a good time. And Steven's huge in person. That guy's massive. Besides Carroll as a pass first coach, Genty will be underutilized. I think they're going to run the ball a lot too. I mean, him and Brock Bowers are definitely the biggest playmakers on their team. Is Sean Payton one of the coaches that doesn't let their likeliness on Madden? Dude, catch and run. Who was that? That was Najee Harris. Caught it, broke the tackle, and ran away. That is awesome. Oh, in a post. Okay, Charger Kansas. I'll take a look. I don't know if you tagged me. Sorry, I also get tagged by a lot of other accounts, especially this ML football account. So I get a lot of notifications. Sometimes things get lost in the mess. Make sure you tag me too. Type in my username, and I should be able to find it a lot easier. First and goal, Chargers at the 4-yard line. Sports bar tab 300. Easier to figure these are the different descriptions. Yeah, I know. So many Chargers podcasts now. I know, dude. It's been a growing community of Chargers content creators. Oh, here we go. It's Conklin with the touchdown, and the Bolts are going to tie things up. Let's go, man. Second half's going to be fun. Chargers touchdown. Tyler Conklin, 83 in the chat. The Bolts are going to make the season finale interesting. Charger Chat with Brandon, the segment where they talk to other Chargers fans. I just see you in an episode. I've done shows with them as well too, which is really fun. I've met up with them a few times. I've seen them at a couple of games. I've hung out with them. And I went to a press conference at the old facility with Coach. I was there with him the whole day too. And they're awesome, man. Charger Chat guys are hilarious. I love those dudes. You think Hampton will run wild this week versus the Lions? Well, Hampton right now is technically the starter. So if we see him, I wouldn't expect to see too much of him. You know what I mean? I would expect to see just enough, maybe a couple of carries, one drive even, if he plays at all. And then I would expect to see plenty of the backups. Kamani Vidal, Rocket Sanders, Hassan Haskins, and then a lot of guys even in the practice squad behind him, like Jarrett Patterson and those guys. I would expect to see mainly those guys in the Hall of Fame game. You tagged me? Awesome, awesome. Oh, I'm not seeing it. My mention. Yeah, sorry. ML Football tagged me in this Rookie of the Year thing, so I got flooded. But I'll keep an eye on it. I'll take a look after the show, too. Yeah, make sure that you tag me. You put exactly as we posted. Just like this. Make sure you put this in one of the comments so that I can see it. Here comes a throw underneath. And we're going to start now at the 40-yard line with a minute 23 left. A minute 23 left. Rocket Sanders is the guy I want to see. Yeah, I think I'm hoping we see a good amount of Rocket, dude. I don't know if I've seen much of him lately, but he's definitely one of those guys that we saw a lot early. EKLS and Trey Harris, that would be awesome. First down, Broncos. They're going to have to burn a timeout, though, right? Oh, they're not going to do so. 43-yard line. Wool Dog cracks me up. Wool Dog is my spirit animal, man. He's the kind of dude I would grab drinks with any day. Because I could be a voice guy, too. It would just be those weirdos at the end of the bar. Trying to keep Rocket progress low-key so he can burst onto the scene as a backup, huh? That'd be awesome, dude. Having that kind of depth at running back for a run-first team would be awesome. Grim and Rocket are guys that should make the roster. I'd be gutted if we move on from one of them and they ball elsewhere. I would hope that they can stick around in the practice squad for sure. Here is, a catch and run by Sutton all the way down to the 13-yard line. Oh, boy. fantasy this year? Yes, we will have plenty of underdog fantasy leagues this year. I had a lot of fun with that last year. We're definitely going to get as many members, especially as we can, into these leagues. I mean, members have first crack at it, but we usually fill it up with pretty much whoever is willing to show up, especially in the later half of the leagues. Pass underneath. Oh, man. Sutton's carving us up all the way down to the 3-yard line. Last injury, or I should say last timeout, but no, it's an injury timeout. One of their offensive linemen. First and goal. Man, I would have loved to maintain at least a tie going into the second half. Haven't been on the underdog app since the season ended. I've poked in here and there. I tried watching a little bit of basketball. I put a simple little line that I saw on Twitter on there. It was kind of fun. Basically, whenever I'm watching something where I need to pay attention a little bit more, I'll throw a $5 down on it. Oh, it's a touchdown. Cortland Sutton has been destroying us this game. 40 seconds left in the first half. Chargers do have all timeouts, but I would expect us to go into the half down 7 points. Random name you don't have Twitter. Okay, I'll look for it. It's probably buried in there somewhere. Just make sure you tag me a few times so I can have a chance to find it. And feel free to try like Instagram and stuff there too. It's the same handle. Derwin James roughing the kicker. Okay, so it's going to be interesting. Okay. I'll have to take a look, see why I'm not seeing it on my end. Because yeah, this is the most recent notifications I'm seeing. Just a bunch of people tagging me on this post here. We'll see. I'll take a look around. Here comes the kickoff. Oh, yeah, still in the first half. Chargers, I mean, 3 timeouts. We're starting at the 30, I guess. Let's see if we can maybe even get a field goal. That'd be nice. The all whites are clean. Yes, they are. Dude, I'm so excited to see the powder blues. I think that's what they're doing for the Hall of Fame game, right? I think I saw that in the Chargers Twitter. They released the uniform schedule. Let me see if I can find it here real quick. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of posts about Rashawn Slater. Here's Conklin over the middle. Chargers take a timeout. Where is the uniform schedule? Here it is. Powder blue jerseys. Oh, wait, here's the whites. Yep, Hall of Fame game. Show you guys real quick. Hall of Fame game. Chargers are wearing those powder blue pants with the white jerseys. I love it. I think the all white is still the cleanest, but I'm so excited to see those blue pants, man. Oh, it's going to be sick. Here comes a catch over the middle. It's a 3rd and 1. Chargers now down to no timeouts. We're at the 39-yard line. Let's see if we can grab 3. Jason's old accounts too. Okay, I'll take a look for him too. Think there's doing a white and blue pants combo for the help. Yes. I'm so excited, dude. So excited. Derwin ramming up the Colts. Over the middle. Nice catch and run. Chargers need to hurry up here. Oh, man. What do we need? 15 yards? 10, 15 yards? Especially here in the snow. Dicker field goal range. We're at midfield. There's a chance. 25 seconds left. You got to hit the outs. You got to hit really quick spiking as well. Ooh, he hits the seam, but, man, he gets smacked. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up. Doing the live draft this year. Like, yeah, we're doing all the streams and stuff, too. Definitely for Underdog. I'm still trying to decide if we're still doing Sleeper. But we'll wait and see, because I love the Underdog one, because I can just set and forget and then just kind of check on them. That was super, super fun. Here's Justin Herbert. He's going to take off on the ground, maybe? You got to throw it, dude. 17 seconds, yeah. You gotta keep the time running. He probably could have ran out of bounds for 10 yards and then gotten out of bounds, but decides to throw it away instead. 3rd and 10. Oh, man. I would love 3 points. Come on, baby. Hyped in those all-powder blues, too. Oh, dude. I see where the all-powder blues. If you want to check out the all-powder blues, I'll show you the schedule here again in just a second. Herbert looking for an open man. He's got to throw it away again. It's 4th and 10. Punt it away. Okay, while we're waiting for the punt, here is the uniform schedule. Let's actually go all the way over here. The uniform schedule for your Los Angeles Chargers. If you want the powder blues, including the all-powder blue, you're going to want to catch Week 5 and Week 14. Those are the powder blue, like, pants combo, right? If you want the white pants, there's the middle games right there, preseason games, Week 3 and 17. That's been one of my favorite combos for the longest time. And then if you want the gold pants, Week 1, we're going to open powder blue gold pants, then 6 and Week 10. Next up, the white jerseys. If you want the new powder blue pants, it's Hall of Fame, Week 2, 9, and 16. Very nicely spread out. The white pants is preseason 3, 4, and 15. And then gold pants is 11 and 18. And then finally, the alternate uniforms, powder blue, or should I say, not powder blue, sunshine gold. Justin Herbert, Week 7 versus the Colts. And then your Superchargers are Weeks 8 and 13. Ah, so cool, man. So cool, so sick, so exciting. So we are out of the first half. Here comes the kickoff. I think the Chargers receive in the second half, luckily. Powder blue plants, the white bolts would be cool. Yeah, they're pretty sick. Yep, Week 8 and 13. I'm going to be at the Week 8 game. I was so excited when I heard that was going to be one of the Navy days. I was like, oh, yes. Yes. Absolutely. White pants, yellow jersey would have been like somewhat more. In the Vikings game a few times before the alts dropped, the Vikings won the most. But ever since the alts dropped, whenever I see the game, the Bolts annihilate the Vikes. That's crazy. I picked that game because I felt it was going to be very fun, right? I wanted to see Justin Jefferson. I wanted to see Jordan Addison. I wanted to see their defense, Hitman Harry, and all those guys as well. But the J.J. McCarthy narrative with Jim Harbaugh, also very interesting. 3 yards for Conklin. But lately, I've been seeing mixed reviews on J.J. McCarthy. I've seen some where it's like, hey, man, he's really picking it up. And then I've seen others where he's struggling pretty bad, actually. I think he threw like 5 interceptions or something like that. Something crazy in one of their practices. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. I signed up for a good game, though, and now we got the Navy jerseys on top of it. Should be interesting. For more Navy jerseys to be in stock for a lad. I'm waiting for them to get the customs, man. I want a custom director jersey in that style, and I want an Amari and Hampton jersey in that style too. Here comes 2nd and 12. Herbert finds Conklin. It's 3rd and 4. Chargers, you got to pick it up, man. We got to get that first down. We got to find a way to close this gap a little bit. Powder blue pants never looked right. I love them. I love them. I think it's something I've been waiting for a while. Oh, you want that DJ jersey? Yeah, the DJ jersey that was on that graphic too, Hugo. It's so sick. Herbert. Man, he's going to get sacked. Oh, dude, we're getting clobbered. Broncos defensive line is pretty nasty. 4th and 11. The 12-win dream isn't over yet, but, man, the Broncos are bringing the heat this week. Got to punt this thing away. You want a Hampton jersey in all Navy? Yes. And a yellow alt is a very interesting choice. I like that. I like that a lot. A yellow alt. I'm going to get a yellow jersey. I think I might get a yellow tray, but I also kind of want a yellow McConkey too for some reason. I think that if I'm going to get one yellow jersey, which I only plan on really having one, it might be McConkey. We'll wait and see. I don't know. All right, 1st and 10. Chargers defense, man. We need some big plays out here, dude. Underneath, it's Sutton again. Dude, Sutton's been carving this team up. Having a yellow jersey would depend on the number. I think yellow is not very flattering. So try for something that's 2 digits. That's why the only thing that's kind of holding me back from Trey, I'm like, dude. Those single digit, man. Those are tough. 9, you might be able to get away with it, but it's crazy. You gonna vlog the Vikings game trip? Yeah, I always record as much as I can and then put together a little video when I get back. It also helps as a YouTuber, like being able to write off a large portion of that trip. But no, for the fun of it as well, you guys will see some clips of me hanging out with everybody and maybe seeing the new jerseys and all that kind of stuff. It'll be fun. Last year, I ended up taking a stadium tour too, which was awesome. It was a really good time. Here comes a play over the middle. Oh, dude, it was almost a catch that almost turned into an interception. You imagine how crazy of a clip that would have been? 2nd and 10 coming up from the 48-yard line, but that was crazy, dude. Only be sold in practice 10. I've been thinking about that too, man. Sunshine Herb may end up being the pick too. I'm really thinking about, there's a lot of players in contention for me for the yellow, but we'll see. Here comes a carry. 3rd and 8. Come on, Chargers. Let's get off the field. Too old for jerseys? You're never too old for jerseys. Some people don't like wearing other names on their backs, which I get that. Whatever. I like custom jerseys too. I have a few with my real last name on them. And I have, obviously, a few with director on them that I like to wear to games. Some people, like, it's really funny. They'll do a double take looking at me, and then they'll walk past me, and then 2 seconds later, they'll come find me like, director! And I'm like, they saw the jersey. They just say, sometimes they need the confidence. Not too late. It's never too late. 4th and 13. Nice play by the Chargers. Was that Henley on a sack? Oh, let's go. Chargers, the dream is alive. 12-win season still alive. Mid-3rd quarter. Got to get in the end zone. Got to get in the end zone. Something about the 0 looks so cool in the Navy, too. Oh, man, that's the one to consider as well, man. That 0. The first 0 in team history. That's got to be in consideration, right? Wish I was a Chargers trip, but it's just as good. After Thanksgiving, I'm going to go watch the Huskies versus Ducks. Go Ducks! Then Seahawks versus Vikings. Hey, that sounds like an awesome trip, Drew. That sounds like an awesome trip. What would you think about a trade for Dawson Knox? Is he on the trade block? He's fine. I think I like our tight ends right now a lot. If we were to trade for anybody, I would want it to be like a really, really high ceiling player. You know, it'd have to be a Pitts or an Andrews or something. But I'm intrigued about what it looks like. Oh, come on, Herbo, go. Turbo, Herbo, 5 yards. Let's keep this going. But I'm very intrigued in what we have right now. I think Conklin's going to be a really nice, security blanket possession tight end, and you're going to get some maybe X-factor style receiving out of Gadsden. I don't know. Drew don't want that Pitts. I get it. It'd be a project. It'd be a risk. It'd be all the things. But, man, just imagining him with Herb is enough for me to say, okay, let's give it a try. Oh, man, Justin Herbert just threw his 2nd interception of the game. 3rd interception of the episode, man. It's been a tough episode for Herbert. We haven't quite seen this before. I think he threw like 3 interceptions, maybe 4 the entire season prior, and he's thrown 3 in just this episode. That one's going to get picked off by number 22. He was looking for Trey Harris over the middle. 43 and still watch the 80s TMNT. Nice. Nice. Want a big-time old lineman? Dude, I would be so excited if we were able to grab even some of the free agents that are still available out there. Oh, that's something I wanted to show you guys, too. Hang on. Free agency. No, that's not what I'm looking for. So there's some available free agents right now. On the offensive line, nice. A drop by Cortland Sutton. Don't see many of those. Anyway, there's some man, there's a better list. Bot rack. Yeah, probably that. Well, offensive line. They available. I'll read off some names to you guys while we're watching the end of this game here. Chargers defense, 3rd and 5 in front of them. But some guys I wouldn't mind signing, even though they're a bit older or whatever. Like Brandon Sheriff is out there at guard. Shaq Mason's out there. I don't know I think there was something up with David Andrews, right? These are some guys that are still out there and available. Oh, what a first down. 19. Is that Mims? Is that who number 19 is for the Broncos? And they're going to continue their drive. Yep. Harris, white hair. Yeah, so there's some guys out there that I would still maybe take a shot on. But next season, man, 2026, that's where you're going to see some real heavy hitters, dude. What do we got out here? Nice defense by Thule on that reception. Pass defended. It's 2nd and 10. Okay, so some big guys. Taylor Moulton. I mean, we really don't need tackles. We need interior guys, right? So Wyatt Teller is going to be a guy that needs a contract. Cam Robinson. Let's see. Inside. Kevin Zeitler. He's pretty old. Isaac Suomalo. He's the guy from the Steelers, right? He'd be a pretty good option. Connor McGovern from the Buffalo Bills. I'm sure he gets a contract, right? John Simpson from the Jets. Laken Tomlinson. He was the Niners, right? And now he's a Houston Texan. 34, though. Then in overall positions, if we go all positions and we filter by market value. Nice sack. Ooh, that's a big stop for the Chargers defense. Khalil Mack. We needed that one, man. We needed that one pretty bad. Some big players to keep in mind for next season's free agency. Micah Parsons could be a really big one, man. The chance of Micah Parsons actually being a free agent are actually kind of up there. And the Chargers have $107 million to spend. I mean, imagine if, yes, this might be the last season of Khalil Mack. He's getting very old, right? What if we swap out him for Micah Parsons next season? We have the money to do so, and it's the position that the Chargers have been known to spend a lot on. I'd be very about it. There's Terry McLaurin. There's Cortland Sutton. There's George Pickens. There's Deron Bland. There's Nick Bonito. Zach Allen. Malcolm Kuntz, who's been off and on. Bernard Raymond. Jawan Jennings. Rashad Welker. Caleb McGarry. Amani Hooker. There's a whole lot of really, like, it's a much better, I'm going to say, a much better free agent pool next year than it was this year. But if we go after one, like if it's like, hey, we're really throwing down, like we're going to make a big signing, I think Micah Parsons would be an excellent signing for 4 years to pair up with Thule. Yeah, dude. That 107 will cover some 1-year contracts we have currently too. Yeah. Yeah, so you're going to see this team. If we make a big signing, next year's a pretty big one. Man, is that a safety? Oh, my goodness. We get the ball back. Nick Bonito turns it into a safety. Now the Chargers got to punt it away. I don't know about our 12-win dream, everybody. I think it's slipping away. It's slipping away. But, hey, I mean, 2 wins this week. 11 win. That's kind of conservatively going to be a lot of people's predictions. See if we can come back from behind here, but that defensive line's been all over us this week. Wrestling matches. Yeah, you guys see the clips of him and Derwin yucking it up and having fun. Do you have the Apex Legends lobby music playing in the background? I don't know. I do not. But it's music that I hand selected from a library that I have the rights to stream. It's really funny that you say that, though, because I am a very, very avid Apex Legends player. I'm a very, like, me and my brother every single week, like 1 or 2 days a week, we'll have like these 4-hour sessions of us just grinding ranked and everything. And it's been the same way for like 5 or 6 years now. It's been a while. Love Apex. Love Apex Legends. Jamar Stewart situation didn't work out for the Bengals. We would have potentially nabbed him. Yeah, maybe, but... Oh, man. Oh, catch and run over the middle. It's number 82. Takes a few tacklers to get him down. It's a first down midfield. But no, yeah, if we really swung for the fences, and it really feels like a very good signing. Like, if Micah Parsons were in-house, we would give him that contract, that he will likely be getting, which is probably going to be in the range of like 30 to 40 mil a year. Like, it's going to be insane. But if we had him in-house, I'm sure we would give him that number because of the position he plays. The Chargers, over the past few years, watching Ortiz and the way he likes to spend, he really only spends in a few positions. Offensive line, edge is a pretty big one, and then obviously quarterback. Everything else, he kind of lets things float around, see if he can find budget options. But I could see them going after Micah Parsons. That would be pretty insane. He would fit so well on this defense with Jesse Minter and Thule and all these guys. Like, I would be very happy with that. Yeah, edge, offensive line, quarterback. That's kind of where you're seeing the big numbers right now. First and 10 Broncos at the 29-yard line. We are into the fourth quarter now. Chargers not technically dead yet, but man, it has been a tough go. They really do need a stop if they're going to keep this game in any way available to them. Yes, and that would be a scary defense. Will we see a video before Thursday, Director? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we're getting into the pregame videos as well, too, man. So you're likely going to see a video tomorrow, and then Wednesday you're likely going to see, maybe even tomorrow will be the preview. I might switch it. I might make the preview for tomorrow's video, and then Wednesday more of a general video. Because, yeah, we got to talk about what to expect in the preseason game or the Hall of Fame game. Very excited to talk about that, dude. We're getting into the season. Oh, I'm so excited. Does anybody else get seasonal depression because of football? I'm not going to say it's too bad. My wife every year around like June or July, she's like, why are you so down? I'm like, literally in my head, I'm like, man, there's still so much time until football. There's been nothing going on. Oh, man. On Instagram? Okay, I'll check that out, Chargers, Kansas. Sorry, sometimes these platforms are really hard to get to me because I used to get tagged and messaged and all this stuff so much by like random accounts and sometimes spam that I put more parameters to make it a little less hectic for myself. Season stats for this game? No, we don't have season stats, unfortunately. So these are not in franchise mode, which is what like you have a whole season, it tracks the stats and all that kind of stuff. Madden doesn't let you change the schedule, unfortunately. You can only play this last season's schedule and a random schedule that they give you every subsequent season or whatever. So unfortunately, we will not have all of the stats, but we'll have the stats for this game and we'll kind of reminisce and see, what was working for us this year. First and goal, Broncos. Man, dude, this has been a crazy game for the Broncos. Looking like they might be able to score again here from the 2-yard line. I get seasonal depression on the clock. Hit 0 after the last Chargers game. That's exactly what happens to me, dude. I'm like, oh, man. I mean, to be fair, right after the last offseason game, I immediately have so many ideas and so many hopes and dreams and aspirations for the draft and all that stuff. I'll maybe take a couple of weeks off, just like enjoying the Super Bowl, and if we're not in the offseason, obviously, if we're not in the postseason, like enjoying those games, just kind of hanging out, enjoying football for a few weeks. But after that, man, like, I'm all into the draft. I'm starting to watch prospects. I'm reading a whole bunch. Like, I start getting excited about the draft and that hype, and then free agency too, by the way. I'm very big on free agency. That hype can carry me all the way into May, because after the draft, you're starting to see how things are fitting together and what the battles are going to look like. But around mid-May until early and mid-July, I'm kind of in the dumps waiting for football. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, please. We've got to win. We've got to get there sooner. They're going to get the 2 points, too. 10-27 is brutal. But here we are now, man. Just a few days away from live-action Chargers football. I could not be more excited. I need it right now, too, dude. It's been a crazy up and down summer. Mostly up. I've had a really, really good time having fun with my kids this summer. We've put up a lot of priority in having activities with the kids this year, and it's been so much fun. I'm ready. I'm ready for some football. I'm ready for the kids to go to school. I'm ready for all that stuff. Let's do it. No depression. Now been to all 9 training camps. Let's go. Yeah, last year was a little easier on me because I got to go to training camp. I only went to 1 week, but it was enough to really hype me up. And I went to the first week last week before Herbert got injured, which I was very fortunate to get to see him. It's definitely been fun. Once the season's over, I get on my rocking chair and sob uncontrollably. The only thing keeping me sane during the offseason are content creators like you, Charger Chat, etc. Yeah, I really try. And I've done this so many years. Like, I'm going to say like 5 or 6 years. I have tried to get into another sport in our off season, whether it be even spring football, which I'm going to give another honest try, because that's another like 2 or 3 months of football, right? So might as well give it a shot. But, dude, I struggle, man. Like, I've tried basketball. Baseball, I think I struggled with the most. I was having a hard time following everything. Hockey is starting to climb on me, though. I think I might give hockey another try, especially now that Utah has the Mammoth. Like, I kind of want to go to games and stuff. But nothing hits like Chargers football, man. Everything else is just like a pacifier to get to the season. You know what I mean? Why does Sean Payton have a beard? I think Sean Payton is one of the few coaches that have not granted EA their likeliness. Remember, Bill Belichick for the longest time didn't allow it either, and that's what we're looking at. Here comes 3rd and 10 for the Chargers. Man, we kind of got clobbered this game. I think Pat Surtain, if we were giving a game ball to the Broncos, it would be Pat Surtain. He's had a crazy game versus Justin Herbert. UFC. I mean, again, it's one of those things that I'll watch occasionally, but I'm not super into it. You know what I mean? Like, I have a hard time latching on and getting excited about it. I'll watch it every once in a while, especially if I'm with my peers and we're making a day of it or whatever, but it's not something that I actively go out of my way looking for. Nice catch and run by Trey Harris. It'll be first down to the 43. Hockey is great. Also, the X Games. I've heard some stuff in the X Games, too. I'm going to try maybe a little more UFC, but mainly I think hockey is going to be the one that I give an honest try to. Now that we've got a professional team in Salt Lake. Justin Herbert underneath. It's dropped. Trey Harris giveth, and Trey Harris taketh away. Long season, especially when the Chiefs win the Super Bowl. I live in Kansas City. Looking forward to beating the brakes off of them this season. Oh, me too, dude. I hope that we come out the gate flying. Yeah, man. 2nd and 10. Herbert. He's looking, fires sideline. It's Quentin Johnston. I think that's his first reception this game. Is it his first reception this episode? Oh, my Lord. I hope not. He's been pretty quiet this week. He's had some big weeks on the show. But not this week. This week's been a little tough. I got to get ready after this episode, man. We're going to leave in like 30 minutes. Here comes 1st and 10. Herbert's going to air it all the way out to the end zone. Is that Ladd? Dude. Even in a loss, you can count on Lightning Ladd. to put on a show. That's a Chargers touchdown. Lad McConkey on the Chargers deep ball. H-bomb Justin Herbert. Love to see it. Love to see it. Yeah, one more for the boys. That brings the Chargers up to a 17-27 deficit. Still not going to win the game, but good to see some good plays to go off on a high note. To keep it on there, seeing my son happy means a lot. To keep what? Because nothing. Obviously, we'll keep Jason on here as long as we can. Are you talking about like the credits for the show or something? Yeah, we'll keep him around. What's up, Saint? Good to see you. Yeah, Steve with the H bomb. Speaking of chefs, does anybody remember the original Snickers commercial of the Chiefs? The paint guy accidentally wrote Chiefs in the end zone. Think so. Jason, name on your videos. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We got you. We got you. You win the lottery, you can go to a Golden Knights game in Vegas. Great experience. Yeah, I hear it's crazy. Dude, all the sports in Vegas, because my best friend growing up is a Raiders fan now. He's been a Raiders fan forever, but man, I didn't know, okay? But he's my best friend. And we go to Vegas every few years or every once in a while. And obviously, when the Raiders moved to Vegas, we were like, oh, let's take a drive, go have a trip, watch the Raiders and the Chargers. And man, those tickets, dude, holy crap. And knock your socks off how expensive they are. I'm going to have to sell my car just to go to a Raiders game. It's ridiculous. So no. And now, it's probably less likely that I watch a game in Vegas. Priced out, and also, it was more, I think it's been some time now, but 2 years ago, holy crap, I was getting death threats like crazy from Raiders fans, hoping that they would find me at Allegiant, and I was I don't know. Even if it's empty threats, I don't like that. I want to be very relaxed and happy when watching an NFL game. I don't want to be worried about that kind of crap. That's very sweet, Chargers, Kansas. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. 2 takes and parking, $275, not including the food and drinks. Yeah. Is that for a Golden Knights game? I'll tell you, the Raiders game is definitely very, very expensive. 2nd and 1. Chargers playing for pride. There's a flag. Ooh, false start. That might help. Or delay game. That might help. Conditioned to be a Pats fan, you're New England, but ever since you played Madden 09 back when you loved the Chargers, 95 overall, loved their logo. That was my first exposure to the Bullets. There you go. There you go. Personal bodyguard. Thank you, Daniel. I don't want anybody fighting, man. I'm such a passive guy. That kind of stuff just bothers me. I go out of my way to avoid stuff like that. Not that I haven't had to and I can't hold my own, but man, I'm very protective of my experiences. You know what I mean? Like when I go somewhere and I'm expecting to have fun, I really cut all the bull crap out because I'm there for me and I want to be selfish and I want to have a good time. So everybody, no, don't cause any drama and we'll be okay. Nice tackle for loss. 4th and 6. Chargers take a timeout. They'll get the ball back. Again, they're down 2 scores with under 2 minutes to play. I don't know what the chances are here. Death Crest is crazy. Yeah, I don't remember what happened. I think it was 2 seasons ago. I think it started really, really bad. Last year I got a few, but man, 2 years ago it was really crazy, man. I don't know. I think I got in some Twitter beef with the Samoan Raider. But we were playing, right? We were having fun. I think me and him understood that we were just joking. But the fans around it got really upset. And I started getting a lot of messages and stuff. I was like, man, we can't even joke around, because the guy seems like a good guy, whatever. We were both, social media personalities revolving around a team, and we couldn't joke around without people taking it personal. And so yeah, I got a lot of people. There are people sending me my real name and all this kind of stuff, which again you can find. It's not like it's a huge secret. And Raiders fans saying, I know if you're coming to the game, we're gonna track you and we're gonna follow you to the car or whatever. I was like, that's crazy, man. Why are you going through all this effort? Leave me alone. We're trying to have a good time. You guys are being freaking weirdos about it. When you, Mr. Ritter, you sharpen the edge of my foot plates and take out some ankles, dude. I can see you like Tasmanian devil style going in there and like doormanning the crap out of those Raiders fans, dude. That's hilarious, dude. I don't like the same team as you. I'm coming for you. Yeah, no, it was weird, and honestly, it scared the pants off my wife. So I was like, we're not gonna add any extra stress. We don't need it. We don't need any of that. We're good. Yeah, Raiders fans acting like Raiders fans. Oh, another interception, dude. Is that 4? Is that 4 this episode? 3 this game? Yeah, Pat Surtain, dude, he's going to get the game ball for the Broncos in this one, dude. He absolutely beat the pants off of us. Pat Surtain had a freaking game, dude. Crazy. Get down, Mr. Director. The one thing I am bummed about is the likeliness of me seeing a Raiders game at SoFi, even at SoFi, is still low, but I would probably be... There's two sides to it, right? I would feel safer because I'm around Chargers fans and I know that everybody's got my back, right? But the other side of it is that I do get a lot of attention when I go to SoFi, and Raiders fans and other fans, they like poking, like they like rubbing elbows with me because they know it's somebody that everyone will get a rise out of. Does that make sense? Like if they're bothering me, then it will get a rise out of other Chargers fans. That's happened once before. I like to avoid that kind of stuff. You ever seen Death Race? Dude, I once in like high school. But I get what you're going. I'm picking up what you're putting down, man. Thought about taking my son to a game, but hearing that scares me. No. Chargers, Kansas. My situation's very unique. It's just because like I'm out there on social media and I have a lot of followers and stuff like that. That's a uniquely me problem, right? You will find some crazy Raiders fans. So if you want to go to a game, just avoid the Raiders, the Chiefs, and the Broncos. All the other games, you should be completely fine. Just stick around with the Chargers fans. They'll keep you guys safe. And it really, like, there's very few incidents that happen, right? Those are very rare and far between anyway. You don't see fights very often. I wouldn't worry too much. If that's an experience that you want to share with your boy, like, definitely don't let that stop you. Just go to a game that's not an AFC West opponent. And in the soundtrack, nice. Raiders fans are just boring. They got to pick fights. Yeah, they're bored. There it is. And if you guys are locals to the Chiefs games too, just gauge the locals out there. Like, I'll be honest, like the Raiders aren't a game that provide a good atmosphere. Like, I don't think I would ever take my kids to a game like that. But like a Broncos game, as annoying as Broncos fans can be, like, I know it's less likely there's going to be any fights and stuff. And the Chiefs, I don't think I've seen very many Chiefs fans fighting Chargers fans. It's mainly exclusively the Raiders that'll cause a lot of problems. And did the Broncos just score again? No, but it's 2nd and goal. Yeah, this one definitely got away from us. Chargers, Kansas. I live in Kansas City. Go to Arrowhead ever here. You'll be fine. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of like what my thought would be. I know you guys got my back, but I don't want to worry my family or anything like that. We'll see. One day I'll just go to a Raiders game incognito. You know, I'll wear the glasses and the hat and everything. Felt comfortable here in Denver last year. And yeah, I've heard the same thing. Like, Broncos fans, they're too blitzed to know what to do with all that. $2 Holly coming in from Pegasus. Reminder, the yellow jerseys are stupid, pathetic. Oh, sorry. We're going to have, maybe even see that in Madden next year. Constellation Pegasus, I can already assume that you probably won't be too happy week 7 live. We're going to have a Pegasus support group week 7 on the live stream. Just everybody take an extra second. Console your local Pegasus. He needs your support. It's going to be a tough one. Thank you so much, man. Raiders fans the most annoying. Yeah, and I've been in fights with plenty of Raiders fans, dude. I can say maybe I can count it on one hand, right? How many fights I've been in with Raiders fans. But the one that bothered me the most was, I've already told you guys the story, my brother, who got punched in the mouth by a Raiders fan. He wasn't even, like, my brother's not much of a Chargers fan either. He was just there because I was there and we were just having a good time. He was wearing a jersey. He got punched in the mouth, and they broke a tooth and everything. And the dude ran away. I came and found him after the fact. He was bleeding from his mouth and stuff, and I was running around looking for the guy, but he had ran away. He literally sucker punched him and ran away. And that's the kind of stuff where I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't mess with it anymore. Like, those people are crazy. Let them be crazy. I don't want them. I don't want to provoke any crazy people. Levi Stadium, I took advantage of drunken. Oh, okay. Do I know when the Chiefs play the Chargers? Yeah, the schedule's up on their website. We play them in Brazil to open the season, but the game versus the Chargers at Kansas City is December 14th. That's going to be the game versus the Chargers in your home turf. Yep. Coming from experience back when they were in Oakland, yeah, imagine, dude. As a little 17-year-old, getting in a fight with a Tuxedo Raider fan made me very memorable game. Yeah, and I'm the same way too, dude. Like, I'm not going to say a pacifist at all, but like, you know, like, I'm a very, very, very chill human being. I hate that sort of stuff. Getting roped into it is very unfortunate and very uncomfortable, but also very memorable. Broncos fan here just are here to have fun, and there was football being played. Yeah, I've been heckled by plenty of Broncos fans, but nothing ever physical. Like, I've gotten in arguments with them, and we've had a back and forth several times because there's a decent Bronco following out here, but I've never once ever had anything even offensive, right? Like, I've gotten in arguments, but nothing personal ever. You know, it's all been sports stuff, which I'm definitely fine with, right? That's not in any way truly bothersome. What is bothersome is getting altercations, fights. Oh my goodness. Oh, dude, Pat Surtain. This is the career-defining game of Pat Surtain's life right now. Holy crap. Holy crap. Pat Surtain has, 2 or 3 interceptions, now a forced fumble, a recovery, and a touchdown. This is the game of Pat Surtain's life. That is unbelievable. Oh, the Broncos, man. A spanking. I was hoping not to see a spanking, but there's a spanking on the Chargers to close out the series. Yeah, Pat Surtain definitely getting that game ball. That is absurd. Yeah, it's a 45-second. Let's get out of this game, dude. Let's get out of this game. Man, what am I getting tagged in again? Oh, my goodness. I don't mind getting tagged and stuff, but I get tagged sometimes in these threads, and there's 50 responses or so, and I get every single one of those in my notifications. I get lost sometimes. Like, somebody's trying to show me something or tag me in something, or there's another post I'm looking for, and it's just lost in 50 different mentions. If PS2 had a game like that, like this consistently, he's already a Hall of Famer. Yup, that is an incredible game for Pat Surtain. Maybe the snow game was a bad call. That's fine. 11-6 is a great season, man. That's as predictable of a season as I could give you for the Chargers this year. It's I would still say a very successful Sim Sundays, even with the brutal loss to close the season. I would say it's good enough to get into the postseason, and the Chargers, shake off this loss and they find some success versus whoever they're playing. Man, dude, crazy. Even with 10 seconds left to play, Herbert's getting clobbered. Broncos fans ain't scary. Those orange creamsicles. Yeah, no. Literally, I think the only fan bases I've ever gotten in an actual confrontation with have been Raiders, 80-90%, and I think one Patriots fan. Other than that, it's been pretty chill. Most people are pretty chill. Everybody loves football, Especially if you're not putting yourself in a situation where everyone's going to get plastered. That's where you find the fights, is when people are plastered and they get mad. Other than that, just keep your head down, go somewhere safe, and you're fine. Really nothing to be worried about. How you guys feel about the feel like we stomped them. People say, oh, as far as that, yeah, I don't know. We gotta wait and see how their season ramps up. Man, 4th and 22 to end the game too, man. Oh, dude, what a brutal beatdown that was. Crazy way to end the series. But you know what? Again, 11 wins. I'll take it. I don't even want to look at the stats. That was a horrible game. We'll look at them anyway. Players stats. 224. Herbert, 3 interceptions is so brutal. Did we get any runs going? We got 1 carry for Hampton. Was that it? And then the rest was Justin Herbert. So brutal. Receiving was Sutton. He had a crazy day. Let's go to yards, actually. Sutton. Harris was fine. McConkey had the touchdown. So did Conklin. But, man, what a brutal outing. We got sacked like crazy. There's Bonito. 2 for Bonito. We got 2 by Derwin. That's nice. 1.5 by Allen, 1 by Jones, Roach. Like, oh my goodness, how many sacks. And, of course, the 3 interceptions. This is the stat line of the game right here. He had 6 total tackles, 2 for loss, a sack, 2 interceptions, a pass defended, a forced fumble, a forced recovery, or a fumble recovery, and a touchdown. Game ball, pass Sertan the second. Unbelievable. But with that being said, 11-6, great record. That's a playoff record if I've ever seen one. Chargers, that's around where I'm going to be predicting to. I said between 10 and 12 wins feels pretty reasonable to me. Floor of 9, ceiling of 12. Feel pretty good about it. And that's ended up what happening on Sim Sundays. Some of the big highlights of the season. Amarian Hampton had a great rookie season. Trey Harris looked like an excellent wide receiver, too. Ladd McConkey went nuclear. He had a freaking incredible season. The defense was looking awesome. Dan Henley looked like one of the best linebackers in football. The secondary looked excellent, the different configurations. And then ultimately that pass rush throughout the season was so consistent and so lethal. Very good season, man. I feel really good about it. And it's ultimately one that, maybe we do see a little bit of it in the regular season. So I think it's been a fun one, man. I thank you guys, everybody, so much for joining me throughout the whole series, even with the 2 reboots we had to do this year. Hopefully we found somebody that can help us early with the settings next year. But we're getting into it now, man. The Hall of Fame game is going to be my next live stream. That's going to be on Thursday. Let me grab the time here real quick for you guys. Thursday the 31st at 5 p.m. Pacific. 5 p.m. Pacific. I will be here. We'll be live. It's going to be a good time. We're going to have our preview episode maybe tomorrow or Wednesday and get in preparation for live action Chargers football. It's going to be so much fun. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me. This has been The Director. It's been an awesome Sim Series Sunday. I'm off on a date with Mrs. Director. We'll catch you next time. As always, bolt up and stay frosty.